me and Sedano. But when Brian Windhorst is here, my Columbo brother,
right,
it becomes Windy, Cappy, and Sedano, which I'm okay with.
You are.
They are the Three Musketeers on Wednesdays. Good morning, Brian Windhorst.
Where would Brian Windhorst be in line at your wedding to dance with you?
To this song, Morales. I want to dance with you to this song.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, we won't look each other in the eye.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Don't the Rams say bleep them picks?
Yes.
That was a long time ago. Different now. Now they're good at the picks.
Yeah, but didn't they do that and win the Super Bowl?
They did.
This is a bleep them picks trade.
Yeah, what was it?
Horn chins.
Yeah,
Horn chin.
Sedano is a guy who's like, hey, I've been around the NBA 20 years. I can draw plays up on the board. I can do.
God.
What do you mean, oh God? What do you mean?
A little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the widow on the radio.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Do you want to do the love boat, or do you want me to do the love boat?
No, Art, I don't even want to talk
No, here it is. Ready? Watch this. Watch this.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to
Bit boy.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that. We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Oh, just one more thing.
Here we go, 7:04 in the morning, tax day in America.
Playoff basketball. Well, play in basketball.
Exactly. April 15th, 2026. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is on for a Windy Wednesday. Brian Windhorst, the NBA legend, will be in here as we get ready for Lakers Rockets Saturday night. Only 11 more hours to break this thing down this week. LA Kings in the playoffs, and Sedano and I took in some Dodgers baseball. We'll get to that with Bergie and the Blue Review coming up later this morning, Sedano.
Yes, sir. So while you and I were at the Dodger game, I think all of us were watching the play-in games, right?
I was.
So you had Hornets and Heat.
What a game.
And
except when the feed kept going out.
So let's start with that.
Wild. That was wild.
Let's start with that. Now, that was fascinating because it went out for about 2 minutes during overtime.
Right.
And I think that is every league's nightmare there. Now, Amazon, this isn't the first time they've broadcast sports, right? Like, we've had some of these issues occasionally with Netflix, right? There were some issues with a couple of different fights, right, if I recall correctly, over time.
Yeah, and at first with NFL, there was a lot of glitches.
With Prime?
Yes.
I don't recall that, but
maybe.
It was the first year. It was a couple of years ago now.
Maybe the reason, right? I mean,
right. But they've been doing sports for a while, is my point. So for them to have that situation occur at that moment in the game,
right?
To miss 2 minutes of potential action, and I don't think they missed a ton because they were in commercial break for most of it. But to miss any part of the action for 2 minutes is the biggest nightmare for a league when you go to these streamers. And if anything, because the streamers have the most money, whether it's Amazon or Netflix or whoever else, Apple, eventually Google, right? It gives the networks, CBS, NBC, ESPN, ABC, Fox.
Yeah.
It gives them the chance to say, hey, leagues.
Yeah, right.
That ain't happening with us.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. But I will just say this, that as much as it is the nightmare of the streamer, for the guy on the receiving end, that's me.
I thought it was my problem alone.
That's my point.
Yes.
Exactly my point.
Yes.
I'm all of a sudden now, I'm closing the app, I'm reopening the app, and it's still black. And then I'm closing it, and I'm reopening it, it's still black. I'm going, this is me. How could this be me? So then I go to my next device, and I go back, and it's like, wait, it's still black. So I think it's me, and then I start to see everything starting to happen on social, where it's like, what the hell happened? So it wasn't just me. But let me just say this. While you guys were at the Dodger game, it was a darn good thing that they got Amazon Prime, got it back on the air, because
the ending of the game was insane.
Incredible.
I mean, by the way, the last, I don't know, 25 seconds, both teams were just scoring at will, right? And you had Tyler Hero get fouled with 7 seconds to go for 3 free throws.
Yep.
LaMelo Ball would have been the GOAT of the game.
Well,
And by the way, there's other things to discuss with LaMelo Ball, including what most are deeming a dirty play.
very dirty.
And then he ends up winning the game. Look, I just think as we discuss the Amazon portion of it, it is one of those things that I don't know this to be true because I have not spoken to anyone at the NBA. I don't know this to be true because I have not spoken to anyone at Amazon. I love the people at Amazon. Ian Eagle, Stan Van Gundy, Cassidy Hubbard, the people that run the show there. I know most of those people. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. Okay? I know they have to be really distraught about the timing of that. And I know the league has probably had a conversation with them about it.
Of course. But listen, look, here's the thing.
Because the consumer's the one that loses there.
Exactly. Now, look, this is technology, and you're not always 100% in control of technology. And broadcasts, even when they get knocked off the air for just a little bit, get criticized. Oh, by the way, you can have a broadcast remain on the air, and it still just get hammered. My example would be this past weekend at the Masters. How many times were you watching the Masters, and a shot gets hit, and you go like this, where the hell's the ball?
Right.
Like, and so I know that CBS gets criticized every year because for whatever reason, unlike other PGA Tour events, you just can't seem to find the ball. And so they get hammered all the time, but they didn't go off the air. So in this case, they did go off the air, but when they came back, George, here's the one thing I want to say about the difference between regular season basketball and game one of the play-in. Is it Charlotte, North Carolina that hasn't had a good team in a really long time?
Haven't been in the playoffs since 2016.
Or is it the difference between the regular season games and a play-in / playoff game? This is a postseason game.
Are you talking about the intensity?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But not just
both from the team, from the
crowd.
Yeah.
When LaMelo Ball hits that shot before Miami gets the ball with about 4 seconds to go and tries to go coast to coast, when LaMelo Ball hits that shot, it seemed like the entire arena was going to rush the floor. Like the people sitting on the outside of the floor were like right on top of the game, and everybody was standing and everybody was losing their mind, and you could just feel watching on TV or your phone or your computer or whatever you were watching on once you got the signal back, you could feel the energy in Charlotte, North Carolina, because those guys haven't had a winner in a long time, and they were loving what's happened with this team this year. And it was exciting.
Ron Mexico RPO says, wow, it suddenly stopped streaming right in the middle of the broadcast. I wonder how that sounds familiar at ESPN LA.
Wow.
I mean, that does happen to us pretty regularly, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, these things happen. What can you say?
I mean, he's not wrong about that
I
part
mean, so what is he saying that now Prime is Tulsa? Is that what Ron is saying?
Yeah, we have some technical difficulties as well. Now, I will give Amazon credit. It got plastered up in a blue screen. Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
And so I'm at the Dodger game with Chris, and I'm like, look at this thing. Like I was.
No, but the amazing part was before that, we're both looking at his screen.
Yeah.
You know,
and I had said, go tell him what I
Sedano's got
said.
the Pro iPhone, so it's a big screen, beautiful. He goes, oh, doesn't Amazon look so great? I go, well, they got all the money in the world, so of course, visually it looks great. He's like, yeah, they do a great job. 20 seconds later, he nudges me and goes, technical difficulties. I'm like, oh, well, there you go.
Great job they do.
I really, that is no joke. I was praising their presentation 20 seconds before the technical difficulties happened.
Amazing.
It was crazy.
But I will just say that this game last night, Charlotte beating Miami 127-126. People will talk about LaMelo Ball at the end of the game and the shot. People will talk about Amazon and they'll talk about the technical difficulties. But honestly, what LaMelo Ball did in that game,
it's crap.
And the excuse that he gave.
Well, let's hear all of it, right?
Okay.
So let's lay the foundation here. And so LaMelo Ball loses control of his body. He's hitting the floor. He bumps into Bam Adebayo, who's Miami's best player, right? I don't know, maybe not offensively, but certainly their best player overall and one of the best defensive players in the sport. And as LaMelo's on the ground and Bam is falling, LaMelo grabs his leg and flips almost like a wrestling move, like something you'd see in WrestleMania in a couple of days.
Pulled his leg right out from under him,
right, and then he hits his tailbone right on the floor at full speed.
And the important part of all of that is that because if Adebayo is able to continue in the game, it's a dirty play. but it's okay. We can live with it because Adebayo's okay. But the fact that he doesn't play in the second half,
right,
and the fact that you're missing his scoring and his rebounding and his experience and his leadership and all this other stuff, the fact that he gets knocked out of the game takes the dirty play from a 25% to an 85%.
Oh, for sure. There's no doubt. So Eric Spoelstra, who normally isn't this, the guy's been in the league for forever now. Nearly 20 years as a head coach. I mean, he's the best coach in the sport by almost every measure that every general manager does every year in that voting process they do every year. Teams would literally trade a first-round pick or more for him. And he's going to coach Team USA in the Olympics. And he does not go after other teams like this. I have never heard him. I have known him for over 20 years, like probably longer than that, almost 25 probably. And I have never heard him ever attack another player. And here's what he said yesterday.
I didn't see it. The bench was telling me. I had no idea. All of us were looking at the play down the court. And I knew something was up because I saw Bam, standing and the ball going the other way. I didn't see how he would fall hard enough. I didn't see like a jump at the backboard or, sometimes you get undercut when you're making a play at the rim. I didn't see any of that. I just saw him like kind of, stepping out of bounds while we were going the other way. So it didn't seem like anything like that. And then our bench notified. I didn't even see it until I didn't want to see it. The bench had told me. I alerted Zach about it. But again, there's no place in the game for those kind of shenanigans. It wasn't needed. And he was frustrated. I think he felt like he got fouled, so he takes a liberty of like yanking somebody there. That should be penalized.
Yeah, what is the penalty? Because I was watching the
Well,
Amazon.
he had said, I don't know if we have the other cut where he took it a step further. He said he should have been thrown out of the game.
Well, that's just it. So I'm watching the prime halftime, and Blake Griffin.
And clearly by this time in the post-game press conference, he's seen the video.
Of course, yeah. But Blake Griffin's like, I'm not sure what the refs should have called there. This is Blake Griffin saying this, Like, I'm not really sure what the call should have been. Should have been a flagrant.
It should have at least been a flagrant foul.
Okay, right. So, to me.
But that's also on Blake Griffin not knowing what and Blake Griffin has been fantastic this year, okay? But part of your job is to know what the rules could be in that scenario.
Yeah, so I think that.
Stan Van Gundy, I don't know if he I didn't have the sound on. So I could not address. I could not hear what Stan Van Gundy and how he addressed.
I didn't hear how he said it either. But I will just say this, in my opinion, okay, when you are down on the ground and you grab another player's leg and you yank it out from underneath him, and the guy goes down and gets hurt and goes to the locker room and doesn't play. Listen, Miami is more likely to win that game last night than Charlotte if Adebayo is in the game and plays more than 11 minutes.
Sure.
Okay. Because you're taking a guy who's probably averaging somewhere in the neighborhood of about 20-plus points,
right?
And you're taking that off the floor.
When he's been healthy and he gets to at least 20 points, they have a 62 win percentage.
He scored 11. He scored 6 points.
Win percentage.
He scored 6 points last night. He played 11 minutes last night.
Right.
If he plays 30 minutes last night and he's got 22 points in the game, Miami wins the game. So the gripe should be not only that LaMelo Ball created a dirty play, wasn't penalized for it, should have been tossed from the game, and Miami doesn't have their best offensive player, essentially, and they wind up losing by a point. If I'm Miami, I'm pretty freaking pissed.
Now, go ahead, do the thing.
7:16, the thing. I like that.
Yeah.
It is 16 minutes past 7 o'clock. You know what you could have done in those 16 minutes? Well, go see our friends at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations near you.
Well done. Yeah, I'd be pissed if I were Miami today.
Can they do anything retroactively?
No, they just fine him. That's it.
He won't get suspended?
Right, but I will say this. No, I doubt it. I mean, maybe it's possible, I guess. I shouldn't say no. I mean, even I doubt it is probably too strong. I mean, it is a possibility. I don't believe that to be the case.
I'll go this way. You ready? There's no chance that he'll be suspended.
Well,
Here's
there's
why.
another play-in game.
Correct. Yeah. Here's why. He's one of the attractions. He has been a part of taking Charlotte, which was a dead basketball organization and a dead basketball market, and they've done everything they can do there. They've dumped money into the arena. The city has built them a very fancy practice facility. They've put pieces in place, hardware in place to try and bring the Charlotte Hornets to relevance, and now they're relevant. And locally, you could see the crowd going crazy. LaMelo Ball is a part of the attraction. There's no way the NBA is going to suspend him for any game going forward.
Well,
not this year.
Neil Cat, by the way, in the chat, it says
Big
that,
Neil.
Yeah, according to George, a Heat lover, he says. I don't understand how I'm a Heat lover, but nonetheless.
Well, you
kinda
did
are a
work
Heat
for them
lover.
for a while.
I didn't work for them.
You and Evan Cohen were.
I worked
were
for
deep.
I worked for the network.
You were deep in the
around
Heat
them.
culture.
I mean, everybody knows you're
Right, but I don't root for anyone this time of year because I have to see everyone. And I don't root for anyone during the season either. I don't root anymore.
I remember
about
20 years ago when I was helping that JT the Brick show. I got it for you, Bergie.
Yeah,
really?
You had to get it in, Bird.
I would talk to Sedano fresh off of Heat postgame, getting ready to do
right.
third
That
shift
was
on
when I was
Fox.
doing radio in 2006. That was 20 years ago.
Heat radio, though.
Yes, on WIOD.
The big one.
But I didn't work. I never worked for the team ever. Not once. Not 1 second, actually.
But you know what happens?
Were you in Pat Riley's office?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Anytime he wanted to scold me was in the tunnel.
Okay.
Look, you work around a team. You work for a network. You call a game. People associate you with it. That's just the way it goes.
That's fine. And by the way, you know what they say now? They say I'm a Lakers fan over there because I've been here for 10 years.
Oh.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, can't win.
Clearly, I'm not that either. So according to people here. So
yeah, but you got a picture at the statue the other day. So
I did.
It was the Riley statue.
It was the Riley statue.
Yeah, did you text it to him?
I did not. I meant to, actually.
You should have texted it to him.
Coach here. Yeah.
Hey, Pat, I'm right next to your statue.
Have him autograph.
But anyway,
I don't think you would say, "Hey, Pat."
I would say, "Hey, coach."
Hey, coach.
Hey, coach.
Yeah.
You don't- people don't
Everyone's
call him
coach. Everyone's coach, unless you're a coach that has like a specific nickname, like Pop or
Okay.
Spo or Doc.
All
Or
right.
Riles.
What about JJ?
I've never called them Riles.
Oh, you haven't?
I would call JJ, but I also worked with JJ.
You don't
That's
call
different.
him coach?
No.
That would be weird, wouldn't it?
No.
I gotta be honest
and
with
you know, like I to your point, actually, I don't call Kerr coach. I call him Steve.
Yeah, see, you could have called Pat, but I would just say this.
I have called him Pat, but it's not. But in a situation like that, I would say, "Hey, coach."
I just want to say
When you
for the
see
record.
McVay,
Yeah.
do you say coach or Sean?
He
I
says
say Sean.
coach.
I say Sean.
I say
Oh.
coach. Football coaches all get coached for me
No,
because
I
I'm
said-
afraid of all
When I
football
saw him
coaches.
last year at Media Day, I kind of did this.
Yeah,
I
you
did the
give him a
fist
dap?
bumps. I said, "Hey, Sean, good morning."
Okay.
Yeah, I gave
Now,
him a
Did you
Sean.
say Sean?
But
Did you say Sean?
I said Sean.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You should say coach.
No, it's okay. If you're from outside of the football world,
Oh, geez.
you should absolutely refer to him as first name Sean.
Yeah.
When you're afraid of football coaches, like I am still ingrained to be afraid of all football coaches, I call them coach.
I once did a recording in Sean's office with him, so that's more than you did with Riles.
I remember when. I mean, I don't know about that.
That's Pat.
Well, I mean, he didn't yell at me in a tunnel.
Right. Many times. But
Yelling at
the.
you about. What'd you do?
I mean, a lot of things.
Yeah.
But the he just didn't always love my criticism of the team. But I thought it was fair, nonetheless. Surprise, surprise.
Was it like screaming? Was he like pointing his finger at you while he was talking?
No,
Like,
no pointing
how
of the
could you do
finger.
this?
No pointing of the finger.
No.
No.
But raised voice?
Yeah. But anyway, I
Can
mean,
I call him coach?
And you can. And by the
You
way,
should call him Pat.
I probably deserved it. Okay. I love Pat. I saw him at the play-in. Or not
You
the
mean
play,
coach?
Yes. I saw him at the All-Star game. He's lovely.
He's a lovely
and
guy.
I deserved it. I was a punk kid who was 22
You're
or
darn right you deserved it.
whatever,
You're darn right.
20-something years old.
Right.
Yeah, but
Hey.
you won an Emmy doing that, didn't you?
That was much later.
Oh.
But the
You have an Emmy?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
It's
We
on my
talked about
thing
this.
behind
Emmy
me.
award winning George.
You want me to
Sedano.
put it in like one
Yeah,
of the cubbies?
right.
No,
I don't
I'm
think
always
it fits in the cubby.
I'm always looking at the pictures. Like, how do I get in the picture wall?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it fits in one of those cubbies of the pictures.
I think the one-on-one time we spent last night might get me closer to the picture
maybe,
wall.
maybe,
Right.
maybe if
Yeah.
Otis were in the picture
Why
too.
don't you produce
Yeah.
the picture?
But
Oh,
anyway,
you're getting
George's
an
been
Otis.
trying
I'm creating an Otis the Bunny Sedano collab.
Yeah.
and that's going in the wall.
yeah. So anyway,
George's been trying to get a point across for like 5 minutes.
yes, thank you, Craig. Real quick on just to wrap up on Sean. Sean also came into the studio before he ever coached a game. He was with me and Key and LZ back in the day. You may
call him
remember.
Coach then or Sean?
No, Sean.
Okay.
But
I
was younger
appreciate you buttering me up, George.
You're welcome.
He was younger then.
You're welcome, Sean.
McVay, coach.
We
Yeah, you wore a suit that day. I remember.
we've grown together. I feel like,
Oh,
even though
really?
he hasn't been on the show in a year.
Yeah.
But
You think he feels that way that you guys have grown together?
probably not.
Yeah.
But
let me just say one thing to you real quick.
The hell kind of question is
All
that?
of my Little League coaches
Yeah.
that I coach with throughout Little
You
League,
call him Coach or
we
by their name?
all still call each other coach. So when we go and we get and there's a group of people together, all the guys are referring to each other as coach, and all the ladies are like, why do these guys all do this? Why do they all call each other coach? Because we were Little League coaches together. So instead of calling my friend Dave, I call him coach. Instead of calling my friend Steve, hey, coach. So I love using the word coach. I will call coach. My buddy Van Pelt, I call him coach sometimes too. So it's okay. You can call Pat Riley Pat.
So anyway, Neil Katz said that I know more than an NBA player. I'm not saying I know more than an NBA player. I'm saying that
what?
He's talking about when I made the comment about Blake Griffin. And he doesn't know what that should have been. And my response to that is, I mean, part of the job as the analyst is to know what the ramifications could have been there. Anyway, and I'm not trying to be super critical of Blake Griffin, who's done a phenomenal job this season in studio in his first season. Like, he's been fantastic. But, these are the moments that separate you come play in playoff time. Like, you got to know some of that stuff. And you can't just openly say, look, I do it to you. I say, you can't just openly say you don't know something. Like, we have all the resources in the world. Let's look it up. You know what I mean?
Well, I think what his point is that he wasn't sure. This is Blake Griffin we're talking about last night.
And again, I'm not criticizing Blake. I really like Blake. I think he's done great work.
It's not a criticism, and you probably didn't even see it. I saw it. I heard it. I thought it was pretty interesting because I think
I did not see it.
That what his point is I don't know what foul they would have called or should have called for something that we don't see often. We don't see one player laying on the ground, grabbing another player's leg, and yanking the player, his leg out from underneath him, like pulling the rug out from underneath the guy. We don't see that. So what foul should they have called? What should the penalty have been? That's what it kind of sounded like to me. Like, I'm not even really sure what they would call in that situation. So it was an amazing basketball game last night, though, between Charlotte and Miami.
By the way, the second game was fantastic, too.
It was unbelievable.
The Phoenix and Blazers game.
And let me tell you something. When you have Ian Eagle on the first game and you have Kevin Harlan on the second game, and I know that you might have had that in different iterations in previous networks, but it just those.
Well, they
two,
haven't done play-in games before,
right, but those two voices, when you hear those voices, you know you're watching big time important basketball games.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about this just a little bit with Mark Jones yesterday. When Mark Jones would call a regular season Sacramento Kings game, that would sound like a much bigger deal. I mentioned that Dick Enberg used to call crappy Padre games, and it sounded like Game 7 of the World Series. Certain announcers can make games sound a certain way, but in last night's case, the Portland game.
Are you going to ask about Jonesy's situation with the Kings again?
Yeah, I didn't.
One more time, just for.
Let me get him on the phone.
That ended up being not so good. We all tried to tell you that, let the guy be.
I didn't know what the problem was. I really didn't.
Well, when somebody kind of gives you an uncomfortable response, like, yeah, I'm going to try to figure it out. They're kind of telling you, we're good, and then you keep digging.
Well, I just wasn't sure that I got the answer, really. Anyway,
right. Well, you didn't because he was not willing to give it.
Hey, and now, later in the day, they let somebody go who's another one of their announcers. Well, I don't know who the gentleman is.
How is it that you're going further in on this?
Well,
it was a joke. Let's move on.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
But
anyway, listen, Portland last night over Phoenix.
Let's get to that on the other side.
What an amazing game.
Yeah, because it's 25 past the hour.
Oh.
It is 25 past the hour, 7:25. Do I have to do another Valvoline read?
No, we have to do East Central here where I stayed last night.
So here's the amazing thing. The general manager, Robert Montez, always takes care of us. Cappy and I's downtown L.A. home away from home. But last night, instead of walking in with Cappy, I got real VIP treatment. Because I walked in with Sedano.
Yeah.
Sedano and I walked into the East Central.
Still have my waters.
They didn't even know who Sedano was when he walked into the East Central.
When the great Jennifer walked in, she goes, Mr. Morales, Mr. Sedano, I've been waiting for you. Here's your waters.
Did she say? Did she think you were cheating on me?
No, I said, oh, yeah, I think Cappy's here, but, turn off his heat.
Turn off his heat?
Yeah. But they took care of us. Of course. I said to Sedano, and I said to the great Steven Hernandez last night, because he said, hey, can I come back to the East Central with you guys? I want to see that giant hand in the room in person.
He did say that.
I said, listen, they're the largest hotel rooms in downtown L.A. They take care of you. The coffee's ready, brewing at 6 a.m. in the Nixo Lounge. You got the gym, although we didn't have time last night for the gym, and frankly, I overslept. So I didn't have time this morning for the gym either.
That's why I was running over here.
Yeah,
really?
I know.
Yeah.
By the way, Steven Hernandez told us last night at the Dodger game, he's on his Peloton treadmill, just like the Stallion is.
Yeah.
The Italian Stallion's probably on that Peloton treadmill right now.
Yeah.
You know what Steven Hernandez does?
Tell me.
He watches the Blue Review.
Really?
While he's on the treadmill.
He's a big Dodger.
And I gave him Bergie's telephone number. Did he hit you up?
He did not, but he talked about it when we played golf together.
There
How
we
about
go.
that? All right.
So
he's probably running on that treadmill.
And
that guy runs marathons.
I told Steven Hernandez, I said, the next time you're in downtown L.A., we're all going to stay. Maybe in the same room because they're the largest rooms in downtown L.A., the great East Central Hotel. Look how well Sedano looks. He looks so well rested.
Well, you tell me. I mean, this is mine and Chris's home away from home. I don't know if you've
Big
stayed
rooms.
there in the
Big
past.
rooms.
Yeah,
Big rooms.
You
I
like
have
it?
stayed there in the past.
Did you notice who the painting was in your room?
It was Kobe Bryant.
Same with me.
Got the Kobe room.
I've got the Mamba painting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going to
Beautiful.
be there for a few nights.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
7:27 in the morning. What'd you tease?
The Suns-Blazers game, another great game. I mean, back-to-back great playing games. What a start.
We'll
so
do
far.
that in 3 minutes from right now. As we talk LA Sports Shack, the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN
And
LA.
some Phoenix sports.
And some Phoenix
And
sports.
Blazers sports.
And
Portland
Blazers sports, Jack.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner.
LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, where change is in the air. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Is it time to sell your home? Whether you're downsizing, moving, or inheriting a property, call Seller's Advantage. With decades of experience, they offer custom cash solutions and can close in days. No repairs, no hassle, just a great offer that gives you peace of mind. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Providence Realty, DRE number 019-15-21-2.
It's NBA and NHL playoff season, and there is no better place to catch the action than Cosm. Hey, it's Mace here, and you got to get into the Cosm Dome and experience every slam dunk, every goal on Cosm's massive, immersive display, and it's so real, you'll feel like you're courtside or right on the glass. Or head to the hall and catch every game on their wall-to-wall LED screens. Great food, amazing drinks, cocktails. Cosm has got it all. No better place to experience the playoffs than Cosm. For game listings and tickets, visit Cosm.com. I'll see you at Cosm.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
We all know winning means showing up stronger, faster, better than before. And when you're chasing that edge, the Drop by GNC cuts through the noise, bringing you the best new innovations in sports nutrition and performance. From muscle building and strength support to improved recovery and focus, we curate the newest drops from GNC Amp, Pro Performance, and Mega Min. Plus, Ghost, Raw Nutrition, Bucked Up, and the top new brands changing the game. No guesswork, just leveling up. Check out the Drop by GNC for what's new, what works, and what's next.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. And you know I love my cake. So I get that big birthday energy without any sugar guilt. The bottle's small, easy to toss in my bag, and perfect when I need a quick, tasty caffeine boost to cakeify my day. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
7:31 in the morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. On this day in 1996, Cappy, No Doubt, from Orange County, California, released the single, Don't Speak.
Love No Doubt. Love Gwen Stefani. Saw her play at the Super Bowl about, I think it was 2001-ish, 2002. That was the Raiders-Bucks Super Bowl halftime show. And then saw her a couple
You know who
years
won
ago.
a Super Bowl in that game? Our friend Keyshawn Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
You know who was in agony that night? JT the Brick. I did it again.
Got another one in.
I got another two.
He got two.
How about me?
Two.
I was in agony that night.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You don't need two references.
Right. You were in agony as John Lynch was walking off the field going, I know every play they're calling. I know every single thing they're doing.
Right.
Gruden already told me. I'll tell you what, man.
Today, of course, is
Barrett
April 5th.
Robbins.
Today is
Sure.
April 15th in America, which means it's tax
R.I.P.,
day.
by the way.
Really?
You didn't see that?
Barrett Robbins?
No.
Yeah, you guys didn't see this story?
I mean, I guess
No.
that's not completely surprising,
Yeah.
given his emails.
Barrett Robbins passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about a week or two ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was a little
no.
bit.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he's found some peace, because it was a tough
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
All right, Cappy, thanks for spinning. Meanwhile, I was about to talk about tax day in America.
Okay, do it.
Whether you got an extension or you filed, good luck with that. And, of course, in Major League Baseball today, Jackie Robinson Day.
Oh,
Yes, sir. Big day.
nice. Very nice.
I always get confused on Jackie Robinson Day because everyone wears the same number.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're doing it to commemorate
I
him,
know.
so
It's just
a good thing.
confusing. It's hard to keep score.
Yeah.
Really? Are you sitting there with your scorebook?
When I'm at games, when I used to cover games, I would keep score every time. I have a whole book of
Are you one of those that when the broadcaster says, for those of you keeping score at home?
Yeah. I'm
that-
like,
Oh,
that's
listen.
me.
As Tony Bruno used to say, oh, man, if you're scoring at home, why are you listening to us?
By the way, real quick before we get into the other
That's
game,
funny.
and I do want to get into the Dodger game because we have Bergie's three things coming. Bergie was also at the game.
Yeah,
Well,
why
that's
didn't
at the
you
game.
come say hi?
Yeah,
I saw Steven Hernandez because the game was going so fast.
It was going
It
fast.
was like
Oh my God.
The first inning took 30 minutes, and then the next four took 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was a 2 hour and 3
5
minute game.
Yeah, well, 2-3, right?
It was
2:03.
so fast.
That's
We-
amazing.
We went to go get a beer. It was like the third inning. We're like, we better go get a beer now because this game may end by the next 20 minutes.
Right. It was going super fast. We stayed till like the ninth inning. So no, I know we were going to let Greg sit in our seats, but the game just kept going, right? Like it was competitive until the end, and then Kyle Tucker hit that little duck fart into.
And you know the joke with the Hernandez brothers. Like, oh, Kyle Phillips, tell Cappy Kyle Phillips did it.
yeah. He hit that little duck fart, that little bloop over third, and that, and then I thought we were going to see Edwin Diaz. This is twice I've gone to the Dodger game, and now Edwin Diaz. We'll get into it next
Yeah, I was
segment.
going to say, do you
part
want
of
to do
it.
it now?
There's
No,
a
let's
story
get into the
there.
next segment. That's a good tease.
It's a good tease.
But yeah, so the game did go fast.
Bergie, you got a beer last night?
I did.
You drank a beer
I drank a beer.
on a Tuesday night.
Yep.
You drank a
Well, I
beer.
was at a Dodger game. What am I
Okay.
supposed to
Well,
do?
I don't know. I
Not
mean,
to-
I don't.
you know.
I try not to drink during the week, but
I
I'm
did
just
not
curious.
have any drink.
How much for a beer?
How much for the beer? It was the two beers combined was $43.
By the way, you say you don't like to drink during
Yeah,
the week.
yeah.
You know what you did do last night? You ordered an entire pizza for yourself.
Oh, well, I was sitting in my hotel
might be
room.
worse.
I was
Yeah,
watching
that
the
is
games.
worse.
Oh, no, it was worse. I was watching the basketball games. I was watching the Kings game. I was watching another hockey game. I was watching the Dodger game. I had like all these things going on and all these different things.
and you
I-
could do that at the East Central because they got the biggest hotel rooms in downtown LA.
And good Wi-Fi.
And
Yeah.
I ordered a pizza last night, and I'm like, what am I doing here? And I just sat in my room like a disgusting slob, watching sports and watching games and eating pizza. And then I realized I got like more than half a pizza left. So it's now in the refrigerator. This was Joe's Pizza that Morales had recommended to me. And I got to tell you something. This is a damn good slice.
Well, they'll deliver it right to the door at East Central.
Yeah, really good pizza.
Meanwhile, before we pay off the tees, let me tell you this. Tune in to DeMarco and Travis live from El Caballero Country Club this Friday, April 17th from 3 to 6 p.m. for the JM Eagle LA Championship. The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles with 144 of the world's best golfers, including major champion Hannah Green and defending champion Ingrid Lindblad. Did I say that right?
You did.
Okay.
Ingrid Lindblad. That's her.
Catch all the energy, interviews, and atmosphere on ESPN LA 710 a.m., the all-new ESPN LA app, or watch live on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. And for all the amateur golfers out there, watch the LPGA Tour because our swing speed is closer to the ladies. So watching the men, watching Rory McIlroy hit the ball, that doesn't help us because he's going so fast.
Yeah.
Watch LPGA golf. That'll help you with your golf game.
350-yard drives. We're not going to be
Yeah,
able
we're not
to
gonna
do
do
those. We are not doing them.
Meanwhile, let's pay off the tees. George Sedano already in progress.
Real quick before I get to the second play-in game, have you ever been part of smishing? That's like phishing via SMS.
All right. I didn't know where we were going.
You know what?
Okay,
Like
get
those
it.
phishing emails, right?
Yeah, get them all the time.
But
with a PH.
through text, they call it smishing. Okay.
Okay.
And these guys are getting good. Like they will send you like a random hello, and they always say you don't respond, not even with wrong number. So like today, and I didn't respond to this, but I got a text just a little while ago, that all I saw was the message. I didn't see the number. And it says, your dog made a mess in my yard. Could you clean it up? And for a second, I thought to myself, could that have been one of my neighbors? And I'm like, no, I have their numbers locked into my yard. And then I looked up the area code, and it's like British Columbia, Canada, or something like that.
That's hilarious.
I got a phishing email the other day that said I made a golf reservation, and it had the club. The club was in Florida, and it had the amount, and it said, pay this now.
Yeah, they do that with tolls, too, a lot now.
It's freaking amazing now.
Yeah, they really can try to get you. You have to be very careful.
I got a buddy of mine the other day who was telling me this story, how he got scammed. And he's a smart guy, and this was big business. And apparently, these scammers got on the phone with the accountant in the office and said, hey, listen, for the next installment of the payment, we'd like you to change it to our new bank account. So we moved, hypothetically, from Chase Bank to Wells Fargo Bank.
Yeah.
So the accountant is on the other end of the phone going, okay, wait, what? New bank account? Let me get got all the numbers. And then
sent them money.
No, wait. So then she calls back to call the person. Like, I'm calling you saying, hey, George, did you tell me to do this? And you're on the other end of the phone going, yeah, that's exactly right. So the number that she called, which she thought was the person who she was supposed to send the money to, that was intercepted by the scammers. You understand what I'm saying? So it was intercepted, and the person on the other end of the phone says, yeah, that's exactly right. Send it to this Wells Fargo bank account. She transfers the money. Then the client calls and says, hey, guys, I was supposed to see this money Friday morning. Come on, what the hell happened? And she's like, I sent it. To send it, we don't have it. I sent it to the new bank account. What new bank account? The one that you told me about. What are you talking about? She says, I called you. I talked to you. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. They found out that these scammer guys in Ukraine, of all places, had scammed them out of a large sum of money. And immediately, like, the FBI and everybody else was involved to try and, but to send the money offshore takes actually more time.
Right.
So believe it or not, in a banking miracle,
they were able to find it.
They were able to get the money back. But man, the scammers, they are good at what they do. They are really, really good. And when you get scammed, you're like, they got me.
Yeah.
They were so good.
I put in the show recap, George, a scammer tried to get George with a dog poop text.
Yeah, there you go.
It almost worked.
No, it didn't really. I was like, wait, what?
The guy was about to go to Vancouver to clean his neighbor's lawn.
Yeah. So anyway, real quick, the Suns-Blazers game was also fantastic. Denny Advia,
my God.
He had 41 and 12 in that game.
He was amazing.
He's like, man, he's become so good over the last 2 years. Like, he's impressive.
The thing is that you don't see him play enough because
unless
he
you're
plays
watching
in Portland.
If you're not watching the Blazers games at all.
Like last night,
and they're not even on national television a ton.
Right, I'm watching this game last night, and I'm going, Drew Holiday. Wow, this is a guy who's a two-time champion.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm going to be honest about it. Okay, here it goes. I have not seen him ever one time play for Portland.
Right,
never once. I don't even think I've seen a highlight on SportsCenter.
Right.
With him in a Portland uniform, and he's the post-game interview, and he's talking about Denny Avila last night.
Yeah.
This kid, wow. I mean, what a player that he is and he's become. And again, I'm missing his whole career because he's playing in freaking Portland.
And the reality of the game was also fantastic, back and forth, right? Booker hits a shot, Jalen Green hits a shot, Advia hits a shot. Ultimately, Phoenix misses the last shot. So now that Charlotte advances, Charlotte is playing the winner of tonight's game between Orlando and Philadelphia. After the controversial LaMelo Ball, Bam Adebayo incident, which our attorney, Robert Wilkins, has sent a tweet.
Tell us, counselor.
That apparently it's not the first time this year LaMelo has tripped Bam in a game.
No way, really?
Yeah, if you go on, he shows it here. LaMelo drove to the basket. He gets swatted by Bam. Bam, is running the other way, and he gets tripped. That's during the regular season.
Bam!
So it's the second time LaMelo has done that to Bam. So, maybe I'm sure the league will see that now. And
wow, I'm just watching this now. What?
Yeah, it's the second time it's happened this season, apparently.
Now this time, though, he was able to really get out, take out his leg and have him go down.
And he fell on his tailbone.
The one earlier in the season, which
he wasn't
not seen.
He didn't fall to the ground.
No, but it was a blatant attempt to try and trip the guy with your arm.
Right.
And LaMelo Ball's excuse, man, just not something that is believable at all.
Yeah. So LaMelo, we have the LaMelo sound, right? Let's hear LaMelo when he was asked about it.
Oh, yeah. I apologize on that one. I mean, I got hit in the head, didn't really know where I was, but I'm going to check on him and see if he's okay and everything.
LaMelo, it kind of looked like on film that you might have grabbed his leg. I mean, did you intentionally grab his leg?
I haven't even seen. Like I said, I got hit in the head. Didn't even know where I was. But, yeah, just playing basketball. But like I said, sorry, and I'm going to check on him.
Okay.
It's pretty weak.
So.
I got to be honest. But anyway, back to the Phoenix game. And so now Phoenix loses. They were the 7th seed. They have one more shot to stay in. And they will face the winner of Clippers-Warriors tonight. So that's kind of the setup. Now, the interesting thing is San Antonio avoids the team that people thought could have a shot against San Antonio out of the lower seeds was the Clippers. So now the Clippers cannot get to that point, obviously based on where they finished. They had to finish in the 7-8 range to have that shot. So San Antonio against Portland, like, look, Portland's going to fight. They'll be okay. San Antonio should win that series 5 or 6 games. But I am genuinely curious to see what happens with the Clippers and Warriors tonight. Mostly because we really haven't seen this iteration of the Warriors for very much without Jimmy Butler and a healthy Steph Curry. And the Clippers have played really darn good basketball down the stretch. I know people around here, except for a very small percentage of people, don't care to hear that. But that is the case. Now, the problem with these guys here is that whoever comes out of this bracket is going to play OKC in the first round.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to lose. I mean, maybe, could the Clippers win a game or two? Could the Warriors win a game or two? Maybe even the Suns? I doubt it. The Suns probably not. They're the weakest of those teams, in my opinion, from a playoff perspective.
You don't think the Clippers could, make it a series?
Maybe, but I don't believe so, no.
By the way, I'm pulling for Golden State to win tonight.
I feel like the Clippers have a better chance to, get any games to give OKC any extra.
Well, I'll say this. If I'm the 3 networks, I'm absolutely rooting for Steph Curry and the Warriors. There's no question. Like, the Clippers and again, this isn't how it's determined. It's not professional wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not choreographed.
Whoa. Hey,
you know what I mean?
Hey, easy. Relax.
It's not the NFL.
Relax.
The NFL also is not choreographed.
There's a script. You haven't heard that before?
The NBA fans have been saying there's a script for years.
I've heard about the NBA, how the referees will manipulate to get the league what they want. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure that's why Indiana and OKC ended up in the finals last year.
Because that's what the league wanted.
Yeah.
They wanted those big markets.
Right. They didn't want the Knicks to take on OKC.
No, they didn't want the Lakers.
You get thrown off the scent a little bit, you know?
Yeah. So right, that's the same people that say, Dallas, the thing is rigged.
It is. It's rigged.
Well,
the lottery is rigged.
The lottery is rigged.
Clearly.
It is rigged.
Who's going to win the lottery this year? Let's mark it down right now. Go ahead.
There wasn't some big trade.
Who's going to be rigged?
We haven't done an off-season trade yet.
Who's going to be rigged?
Well, we have to look at it.
Don't you understand?
Isn't it going to be Milwaukee because Giannis is probably going to be leaving?
Sedano and Momo have been in the room. They've seen the balls pop up.
I have not been in the room.
Oh, well, Ramona has.
See, that's all the more reason to believe what we believe. It's rigged.
Yeah. So are the Bucks going to win the lottery this year then?
Depends on what happens to Giannis.
Actually, I could see that happening.
Yeah, if Giannis leaves, yeah.
Actually, let's mark the tape. On April 15th, we need to mark the tape.
The thing is, the Bucks don't own their pick.
Doesn't matter. They'll figure it out.
Don't play technical with us, all right? Come on. Nico
somehow is going to get in there and figure it out.
Yeah.
Nico.
For the Bucks.
Right.
Nico got his ass canned.
Yeah, well, he's going to get hired.
He got taken care of.
Yeah.
Somebody gave him an envelope.
Well, I mean, he had a contract, so he
By the way, you
sure
see that new Netflix stock? The Netflix stock on the 5 families?
No.
I almost put it on at East Central, but I was like, no, I got to wait till I have time to enjoy this.
Mm-hmm.
It's from a couple years ago. It was on Prime for a while.
Oh,
I
really?
think I told you about it, but it's very good.
Okay.
You'll enjoy it.
Anyway, so you guys can get. Oh, so you're going with Milwaukee? Is the script? This year?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So anyway, but I do believe that if I'm the 3 networks, I am rooting really hard for the Warriors to come out of that play-in.
Yeah, I am too. I would love to see Steph Curry extend this year, get another opportunity. Listen, I don't think they're going anywhere, but it would just be kind of a fun thing to see the Warriors knock out the Clippers. But I just want to go back to one thing about Portland and Phoenix. I'm saying that I'm missing Denny Avia's entire career.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking to myself last night because they asked Drew Holiday after the game. They're like, well, what now about San Antonio? He's like, well, we're going to go down there and, play our game plan and do what we can do. Like, he didn't want to come out and say, we got no shot,
Yeah, I don't know if he believes they have no shot.
Right. But I didn't sense from him watching after the game.
Well, he's not going to give anything up.
I didn't believe that he was like, hey, we're ready. Let's go. Nobody has an answer for Wemby.
Right.
That's the issue here.
Right. Right.
You know, you say now,
which was going to be the issue if the Lakers advanced in the first round, and still obviously can, but at full strength, that was still going to be the issue.
You're calling Wemby now a cheat code, right?
Yeah.
And think about it. There are other centers that could go toe-to-toe, no problem, with Anthony Davis. So when you called him a cheat code, I always fought that and said, he's not a cheat code. He's just one of a very good group of centers around the league. There's nothing anybody can do about Wemby. There is no player that can play really head-to-head up against him.
Right. I mean, Chet Holmgren was the one guy for a while growing up that they have a very, there's a history there between those two as they were coming up through the international ranks together, him for USA and Wemby for France. But right, he's not even as big as Wemby.
We look at him, though, and we think, well, he's least,
several inches shorter than him.
But he's got comparable height compared to everybody else.
Right.
But he doesn't have nearly the athleticism, the skill,
right.
the ball handling, et cetera, et cetera.
No.
So there ain't not a whole lot that you can do against San Antonio for Portland.
Hey, let's here's the thing. Let's start the three things with the Dodgers in the next segment, and we'll carry it over.
You want to stretch it?
No. Just we'll do a little tease. We'll wet the beak, as you like to say, on the Dodgers, and then carry it over to the
wet.
Carry it
what
over.
happened?
Yep. Sorry, Dr. Clapper. Didn't mean to step on you twice.
So are we going to stretch it or are we going to condense it?
We're going to go wet the beak.
All right.
Okay. And then break and then continue it. So we'll start the three things. Maybe we'll do one thing.
All right.
And then we'll do two things.
Just throwing a lot at me. Jorge's not here today.
I get it, but I'm just telling you it's probably better to do it that way.
So in the middle of the at-bat, you want to slow things down.
Well, one at-bat and then two more at-bats.
Just like the ABS where we're going to pause for a second.
The ABS was so fun to do
was fun
in-game
last night,
yesterday.
It's awesome when the crowd is against
we
the
were
umpire.
in there. We were in the crowd. It was great.
And you know who we were there with?
All right.
At 7:48 in the morning.
Chris said we need new wood.
I told him I need new wood, man. I'm knock on the morning wood. Our friends, Bergie's friends, the great Steven and Carlos Hernandez, the crazy Hernandez brothers. Sedano.
Yes, sir. And Carlos Hernandez changed the mojo. He left the seats, went back to the baseline club.
He does. He leaves and he goes to the bar and he hangs out.
Can that guy take him down?
He wants the Dodgers to win so bad.
I was like, hey, homeboy, what are you doing, man?
He has a good time.
Anyway.
It's Tuesday, Jack.
Listen, it's springtime, Jack, in SoCal. Sun's out, guns out, and you're still on those same old floors? Come on, man. Make a power move with Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, okay? Millions, I repeat, millions of in-stock options. The hardwood, like Chris just showed you a moment ago. The laminate, the waterproof vinyl, the carpet, even the turf like I put outdoors in my house, thanks to Hernandez. No waiting on spring sales, just true wholesale pricing every day. Family-owned, 3 generations deep, winning on price, selection, and service. Extra savings, by the way, for first responders, military, and veterans. Plus, you got price match. So this spring, upgrade your whole vibe. Hit the showroom right off the 5 freeway next to Commerce Casino. Check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. That's HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, because no spring sale beats wholesale. And thanks again to Steven and Carlos for hosting Chris and I at the Dodger game last night.
Absolutely right. We love the crazy Hernandez brothers. Meanwhile, we approach 7:50 on a windy Wednesday. We will pay off Sedano sees just what the beak with Bergie in 3 minutes from right now on ESPN LA.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Mike, in sports dynasties, they don't happen by luck. They happen with culture, coaching, and execution.
That's exactly how we run Rotolo Chevrolet, with all of those ingredients.
So how much of this is why you've been number one 14 years in a row?
When you put all those ingredients together and your processes stay in place, you're going to get great results.
And if you come to the store, you're going to find out why you're number one.
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
From the showroom to the service bay, everyone is at top of their game. Rotolo Chevrolet, built like a champion, driven to win. Visit RotoloChevy.com.
The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Plas-Pro, April 16th through the 19th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including LPGA Major Champion Hannah Green and 2025 Champion Ingrid Lindblad. First responders, military, and kids under 17 get in free. It's more than just a golf tournament. Get your tickets today at jmeaglelachampionship.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. As a parent, I want my kids to grow up happy and healthy. But when kids experience hard things like divorce, neglect, or substance abuse in the home, and don't get the support they need, they can develop toxic stress response. And over time, toxic stress can lead to serious health issues like anxiety or high blood pressure. But being there for your child helps protect against toxic stress before it ever starts. Learn how supporting your child's feelings can give them a stronger start at first5california.com.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Hey, it's Travis. Every legend has a story, and those stories are kept at Legends Attic in Claremont. Legends Attic is the premier sports memorabilia gallery and store that offers a unique blend of rare and iconic collectibles. It's a community for sports fans and collectors, so go check it out for yourself. Legends Attic, 619 West Foothill Boulevard in the city of Claremont. Visit legendsattic.com and be sure to follow Legends Attic on all social media platforms so you can stay connected to know about their upcoming signings and special events with Hall of Famers and pro players.
Adam Schefter here. Did you know the average employer sorts through about 250 resumes for one job opening? Well, if you're hiring, here's good news. You can now review resumes and applications faster thanks to ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter's new feature, qualified candidates who are very interested in your job show up at the top of your list. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Sedano and Kappa taking over Morning Drive on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
All is good. Okay. On the brand new Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Yeah.
Back to the guys.
7:53. Good morning. Quack, quack. The great Chris Stapleton. He turns 48 years old today. I am so sad a few years ago that the Stallion and I didn't go see him at the Hollywood Bowl. I was starting to kind of not feel great back then. So when is he coming back to the South, man?
I don't know, but man, people love him. Didn't he play at SoFi?
He's amazing.
Played at SoFi?
Yeah.
Played at the Bowl?
Love him, man.
Listen to those pipes.
Oh, what pipes. And he looks like a guy that, could take care of things in a bar if he needs to.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Really?
He'll take a pull stick, break it over his knee, and shank you.
Oh, really? He'll take you down.
And then drink a Budweiser like a proud American.
Like a man.
I'll drink a Bud Zero, but that's okay.
Okay.
You know he has an engineering degree from Vanderbilt?
Doesn't shock me.
Who would have thought?
I didn't know that.
Listen to DeMarco and Travis all week long for your chance to win tickets to the May 22nd Angels-Rangers game at Angels Stadium. When you hear the cue to call, be ready to call in and score your tickets. The excitement of Angels baseball lives on ESPN LA, and Pechanga Resort Casino is taking you to the game. We approach 8 o'clock. We're going to pull out Bergey's Orchid. You hear the Blue Review each weekday at 6:30 a.m. right here on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. We know Steven Hernandez is a big fan of it. Greg Bergman. Gregory Arthur Bergman,
All right, so Bergman,
as I like to say.
You have three things. Give us one thing here. We'll break and then do the other two.
Okay, so the one thing we'll start with the pitching matchup because that pitching matchup was absolutely insane.
It was phenomenal.
Amazing.
Phenomenal. Nolan McLean, phenomenal. He has some of his pitches just move so crazy. He's like, do you ever watch Blake Treinen and you see how his sweeper goes from one side of the plate all the way to the other side of the plate?
It's funny, Sedano said that to me last night. Look at this sweeper.
Yeah.
Did you?
That's what Nolan McLean does, but he does it for an entire start.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy. It's very hard to hit. That was a pure pitching matchup. I don't know how it was for you, Sedano, but when you're in the stadium in a pitching matchup, a pitching duel, it's really hard to pay attention because you can't. I looked over at Jean and talked to her for a second, and it was already a 1-2 count on Teoscar Hernandez.
What Chris and I were doing was we would watch the at-bat, and then in between at-bats, we'd chit-chat or talk to Steven and Carlos, and then obviously between innings, we'd talk. But because the game was moving at such a pace, we just were watching the game while the at-bats were happening.
Yeah, just if I tried to talk to her for a second, there was already 3 or 4 pitches that were already thrown.
Let me ask you guys a quick question. 2-hour and 3-minute game. We love how baseball moves faster.
Yeah, it's great.
Right? Is there any part of you that goes, wait a second, that happened really fast? 2 hours, that's it?
When I'm in the ballpark, yes. I want
At
to be able
home,
to sit.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing.
Right. Like
But
last
it's
night for me.
great at the ballpark, too, I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, no,
Because I wanted to get to sleep.
Okay, yeah, you did. So when I'm at the ballpark, I want to enjoy. I want to sit there. I want to watch.
2 hours. That's a fast
Well,
baseball.
and I have young children now.
Yeah.
So, like, it used to be taking them to a baseball game. They'd be like, oh, it's so boring. It takes so long.
Right.
But now it's like, it's over,
That's
man.
why they did it.
2 hours and change, you're in, you're out.
That's why they did it, man. They accommodated kids and they accommodated the clip culture. You know what I'm saying? Like people who want to just take in little clips.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 hours and 3 minutes, insane.
It was amazing. Nolan McLean was really, really good, but also they basically matched each other. That was a pure ace versus ace matchup. And Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he did this before. If you remember in the NLCS against the Brewers, he gave a first. Jackson Chourio hit a first pitch fastball.
Lindor hadn't hit a home run all year.
That was his first RBI of the season.
Crazy. It had such a slump to start.
Yeah, but you guys think about it. Think about how the Mets have played so poorly. They've lost all these games. Their offense has been trash. I mean, he pounded that ball out into the right field stands, but still, it's shocking that it's his first home run, or even more so, his first RBI.
Right.
But
Which is crazy.
But you just look what's happened with the Mets. They've gotten off to such a slow
But
start.
Yamamoto, he gave up that home run, and then he went 20 straight. By the way,
they play that song all the
By
time.
the way, I didn't
Which is
realize.
awesome.
What,
I
they
said
do?
this
At the Dodger games.
I looked at Sedano.
Every time.
Not that part with the girl very much. Not the part we play where she like ends the song and screams
Oh, no,
or
it's
whatever.
the guy.
It's a guy.
Oh, the guy. Sorry.
He
Yes.
just has a really high voice at the end. Wait, let me play it really
But that
quick.
part does not get played at the stadium.
No, but they play
But
this
they play the song
for
yes.
him.
1, 2, 3
You need to get this guy in the studio.
So yeah, this song is always playing at the stadium. It was great.
Hey, all right.
But
So
don't try to fight the song, Bergie.
On
The
that
processing's going to drown you out.
on that note, that's one thing. Two more things on the other side. But first, tell us about VisionWorks, guys.
Hold on, you're throwing a lot at me.
Well,
it's only me in here, okay?
You can tell us about VisionWorks.
Yeah, we got the
glad to tell
Yamamoto
you.
song playing. I got to play the I
I'll
Live
tell you
Reno.
about
Bergie's got
Vision
one of
Works.
three.
I'm directing traffic
right.
today.
You
Yeah,
are doing
but
a
the
lot of
problem is
directing.
we
Go.
don't have Briones in here to hit
Go.
buttons.
Go.
No, if you're like me, you love simple shopping, and that's
Thank
one
you,
of the
Lindsay.
reasons
Yeah,
why
go.
I love VisionWorks, because you can go to VisionWorks and they make it super easy for you to pick out some beautiful frames. Like I helped Cappy pick out his Ferragamo frames, fancy schmancy. Berg's got some Prada frames. I've got some DKNY frames. They're all beautiful frames, and when you go to VisionWorks, they're all organized by shape and by price because they make shopping simple, right, Cappy?
They sure do. And listen, I know I got on the fancy Ferragamos, but remember, I thought Ferragamo was the guy who played the Incredible Hulk. I found out that's Lou Ferrigno. My bad, all. Here's the thing. When you go to see the eye doctor, you're not just going to get your vision checked. Obviously, that's a really important part of all of this, but it's about the health of your eyes, okay? Annual exams catch early signs of glaucoma, diabetes, hypertension. They all sound bad. You don't want them. So make sure you make that appointment, Christopher, and go check out VisionWorks.
Absolutely right. And as I've been saying now for quite a while, oh, look at that. Was that from the Sacramento Kings? Wow.
They have any players that are trying to get your vote? Yeah.
Don't do it, Cappy. Don't ask more about the Kings situation. Meanwhile, today is tax day. And I've been saying for 2 months, what are you going to do with that tax refund? Well, maybe you're filing today. Maybe you're going to get a refund. Or maybe you're going to owe money. It doesn't matter. Don't waste your tax refund on Yoshi bobbleheads and chicharrones. Don't do it. Spend it on your eyes, sucker. Go see our friends at VisionWorks. Take care of your eye health. It's really important. And they got the BOGO. 2 pairs, 1 easy decision. Buy 1, get 1 free at VisionWorks. We love our friends at VisionWorks.
We sure
Cappy.
do. We sure do.
All right, we approach. Actually, we don't approach. It's straight up 8 o'clock at KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We continue with Bergie and his Blue Review. We also, I got to fill time, Berg.
Yeah, for what?
Yeah, give me about 20 seconds on
Okay,
something.
well, hey, let me tell you something. We've got Bergie's top 3 things coming up, but wait a second. Then Wendy's coming in. It's a Windy Wednesday.
It is a Windy Wednesday.
So we got a lot to talk to Wendy about.
I can't wait.
And George is opening up gifts right now from
What's this
NBA
gift?
teams that are probably trying to just get his vote for some player.
I like that they
I want
FedEx
to know
it.
everything that's in there, and I want to know who it's from. Because
Absolutely right.
NBA teams are trying to convince George to give them their vote because he got a vote.
Well, the
and they're
Dallas
sending
Mavericks
gifts.
sent something to my house.
Really?
With like a fancy Gatorade water bottle, like
Okay.
super fancy that my son will use, and also like a bunch of Topps, like the whole set of like Topps NBA cards. to promote Cooper
Yeah,
Flag.
they didn't need to suck up to promote Cooper Flag.
Every
but the
team does that,
Sacramento
Cap.
Kings, I got
but
it.
They knew that they sent it. Very little stuff for me. It was basically all for Mateo.
How cool is that?
Was there a Nico card that said?
No, there was no
on the
Nico
bottom
card.
of the card. It goes, "I got the first overall."
There
pick.
was a Cooper Flag T-shirt. There was the cool little water bottle, and then there was the Topps cards, the set of Topps cards.
All right, thank you for filling, gentlemen. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We're back in 3.5 minutes with more Bergie and the Dodgers on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
East Central Hotel, the official downtown home away from home for Cappy and Morales. EastCentralHotel.com.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Hey, LA, it's Bethel Duran. Head to Northridge Toyota and Wondering Toyota today and drive off in a brand new, beautiful 2026 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for just $209 a month on a 36-month lease. $209 for a Tacoma? You already know it's got to be Northridge and Wondering Toyota. Any trade you own outright is your down payment. It's a limited time offer. Nobody's going to take care of you like my guys at Wondries and Northridge Toyota.
2026 Toyota Tacoma SR5 iForce 2.4 cylinder turbo 5-foot bed double cab 4x2 RWD model. MSRP $40,628. Base 10,000 miles per year and excludes tax, title, license, and dollar fees.
Parents, did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles has the #1 spine program of its kind on the West Coast? In fact, 1 in 5 kids who need spine care come to the Autry Orthopedic Center at CHLA. Their specialists provide world-class care for spinal disorders, including scoliosis, helping young athletes get back in the game. So don't let scoliosis or spinal injuries throw your child a curveball. To learn more, visit chla.org.
Want to sell your home because you're downsizing? Call Seller's Advantage. Want to sell the home that you've inherited? Call Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your home and take advantage of your equity? Call Seller's Advantage. No matter what your reason for selling, Seller's Advantage will make you a competitive cash offer and can close in as little as days or as long as you need. Don't worry about the condition of your home. You don't need to pay for costly repairs because they buy as is. Seller's Advantage has been buying homes for over 20 years, focusing on helping sellers get the highest offer possible without having to get it ready for the market or pay commissions. They make selling easy and painless. They'll even offer you a $20,000 advance for moving and other expenses. If it's time to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage for a no-obligation offer. Call 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-397-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Providence Realty DRE number 0191521-2.
Feel the vibe, the speed, the adrenaline. The Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach roars back this weekend. It's a pulsating 200-mile-per-hour beach party. 6 races featuring the sleek MTT Indy cars, IMSA sports cars, and more. Saturday night, rock out with Kings of Chaos. Kids 12 and under free with a ticketed adult. Tickets at gplb.com. The Acura Grand Prix this weekend. The Long Beach vibe is back.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
LA's biggest pizza party is back. Pizza City Fest returns to LA Live April 25th and 26th. Bigger, bolder, and cheesier than ever. 40 of Southern California's top pizzerias. 2 epic days. 1 massive celebration of pizza. An all-inclusive ticket delivers unlimited pizza tastings, unlimited beverages, and unlimited desserts. All for just $99. Pizza City Fest at LA Live across from Crypto.com Arena, April 25th and 26th. Tickets on sale now at LALive.com/Pizza City Fest.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all of that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with 0 alcohol, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and 0 calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show, presented by Call Jacob and Jacob Emrani.
The new phone number, 800-345-6789.
My guy, your guy, Cappy's guy, the great Jacob Emrani. 800-345-6789.
With a new phone number, 800-345-6789.
8:06 on a windy Wednesday. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Oh, Fine Young Cannibals.
Absolutely right. On this day in 1989, the number one hit. FYC, the Fine Young Cannibals, Cappy. She drives me crazy.
What a name for a band.
They were very popular at this stretch of time in the 90s.
Absolutely right. Ooh, got it in there.
Nicely done.
Also today on this day in 1912, the Titanic sank.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
In the North Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
April 15th.
What was in the movie? It was Leo and what was Leo's character's name?
I don't know.
And
Jack Sawyer.
and what was her name?
Rose.
Blanchett.
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
Hey,
Rose.
way to
Kate
go.
Blanchett was Rose. Excellent
Lindsay
job,
baseball.
Lindsay.
He's like, iceberg, right ahead.
By the way, before I fell
I
asleep,
have a child.
I was
That's
reading one
Billy
of those.
Zane, like trying to get off
Billy
the boat.
Zane was terrible.
Yeah.
He was such a jerk in that
He
movie.
really was a jerk.
I have
Bad
a
guy.
child.
Let us talk Billy Zane for a second.
Go ahead.
Bad guy. And that's when he had hair, too.
He was a bad guy. Yeah, he did have hair, and then eventually, like,
Great hair, but I don't know if it was
although
his.
was that actually
That was
hair?
a
Right,
wig,
it could have been a
right?
wig.
I
Yeah,
don't
because
think-
he's a bald guy.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
that was his hair. Now
Chris,
looking
you should
back.
get that same wig.
Nah,
It
no
looked
more
great.
wigs.
Billy Zane's wig.
It
Get
did
the Billy
look
Zane
good.
wig.
Yeah. Yeah.
No?
No.
It's a good movie, Titanic. It's
haven't seen
very,
it in
it's
ages.
very rewatchable. By
Oh, my
the
God.
way.
I haven't seen it in ages.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it
Yeah,
one
it's-
time.
It
and
holds
that's
up.
it.
It holds up if you watch it. It's right. Tim in the back is nodding his head. Very rewatchable.
okay.
I didn't peg you for a Titanic kind of guy.
The only reason I ever watched Titanic
What's
was to
that?
sit in the back of the
Well,
theater
I'm
with
saying
a girl.
it's like a romantic movie.
Tim's a
Look at
romantic.
Tim is a romantic.
He is a romantic.
Are you a romantic?
Yeah.
His wife loves it, he said.
There you go.
Oh,
So
okay,
that's
so
cool.
therefore he loves
He
it.
loves it. It's all
It's like
good.
the Notebook.
That makes
Listen,
sense.
my
You wanna
wife
watch
loves My Cousin Vinny. I watch My Cousin Vinny and
That-
Dirty Dancing all the
Oh,
time.
love
Dirty
My Cousin
Dancing
Vinny.
is
Hold
a
on.
great
Yeah.
movie.
My
Nobody
Cousin
puts
Vinny-
baby in a corner.
My Cousin Vinny is an amazing movie.
Right,
Oh,
you can
it's
watch
great.
it anytime.
Yeah.
It's
That's-
also very rewatchable.
Oh, yeah, that's extremely
Much
rewatchable.
more
It's
so than
good.
Titanic.
Yeah,
Isn't
well, it's
Titanic
also-
like 6 hours?
It's not 6.
How long
It's
is
a
it?
boat just drowning for 3 hours.
No, it's not. They don't even get to the boat till like halfway through.
We all
Takes
know the
forever.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second half of the movie, the boat is sinking.
We all know the story.
Yeah.
It's so sad when they
Again,
start playing like the instruments.
Yeah, the band
Oh.
stayed on.
The only reason I saw that movie was to sit in the back of the movie theater with a girl, and that's it. That was
Mark
the only
Rutte.
reason to see
Back
that
in
movie.
like the 90s.
Yeah,
Was there
when it first
heavy
came out.
petting?
Of course there was.
Oh,
That
really?
was the whole
Petting.
point of the movie.
Oh, really?
By the way, I'm
Billy
going to
Zane
bring
wig.
I'm going to bring
Pretty
the
impressive.
OTD back later because I had a good line, but I'm going to let it go now because we want to get back into sports.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Bergman needs to finish his 3 things. And then
Exactly.
there's all these gifts that have been sent by NBA teams.
You
Boy,
can
they
watch
just
the
suck
Blue
it up.
Review each weekday, 6:30 a.m. Thanks to our friends at LAX, Marcus Grant, the one and only, the dean of the Greg Bergman School of Content, Gregory Arthur Bergman.
So the numbers 2 and 3 are kind of related. So the end of the game, Alex Vesia came out, and it was the closer for the game yesterday. It was a 1-run game, it was a 2-1 game, but the fact was that you were expecting Edwin Diaz to be out there. That Edwin Diaz, the trumpets, the whole thing was going to happen, and we didn't
Right.
see him. I was
Yeah.
actually really excited to see the trumpets, but then he didn't come. So what the first part of the number 2 thing is Edwin Diaz not pitching last night was a little bit concerning. Because what they said after the game was, and Dave, who I love Dave, he doesn't always give you the whole truth in the things that he says.
Mm-hmm.
But he says that he threw a bullpen before, and he wanted to make sure that he came out clean through the bullpen because his velocity was down his last time out. He got lit up, so that he is available today. But that was why he didn't pitch.
But was it the Friday game where Max Muncy hit the walk-off
Yes.
home run? Okay, so that's where Diaz blew the save.
Yep. And he hasn't pitched since.
And he hasn't pitched since. So then, as I recall, it may have been Saturday where you saw Vesia.
Yep.
You'll have to go back and check me on this. But you were expecting Diaz the next day. He should have been likely available.
He should have been available, yes.
And he hasn't pitched since Friday, to
Correct.
your point.
Yeah.
And now there is reporting, because people are going to Dave Roberts after the game, and they're saying,
what the hell's going on, man?
yeah, why would you paid this guy $70 million over the course of the next 3 years, whatever the numbers were, and you paid him a lot of money, and, you made a whole big thing with the trumpet and the lady with the trumpet and it was a very exciting thing, right?
Right.
And now you're not seeing Edwin Diaz pitch, and they're concerned, at least according to the reports, the right knee that was hurt in the World Baseball Classic, obviously not this one, I think it was the previous one,
Yeah.
but that right knee, which caused him a lot of problems, That's what their big concern is right now.
Right. That's their concern. However, they're saying that there is no problem with the knee. There's no problem with him whatsoever. He's completely healthy. It's just that's again, Dave doesn't always tell you the whole truth. But so that was a little bit concerning to not see him out there. They do say he's available today, so we'll see. If he doesn't pitch today,
then then you raise the level of concern.
Right. You see if he doesn't pitch today, if they have the lead in the 9th inning, then there's a problem.
Well, and what they would hope, if he does have some sort of a knee issue and they are trying to nurse this thing and they're trying to take their time with it, that they don't need to have anybody close, right?
Yes.
They don't need. Well, it's not a save situation.
Right. Exactly.
I thought he does have like a knee thing. He's the one who said it.
Yeah, he said that his knee is fine and he is fully healthy.
But he is the one. Lindsay's right. He is the one that on Friday night, after he gave up, he blew the save, and Muncy saved the day. He did talk about his knee. It wasn't feeling right.
Yeah.
So it was him and the Dodgers who put that out.
Yesterday they said, or last night after the game, they said that he is healthy. That is not that problem.
And
but again,
Dave said,
Dave said is absolutely right.
Right.
Lindsay.
Dave said Dave's thing was, well, he did want to pitch tonight, and I respect that, and I admire that. But you got to go through the protocol and certain channels, and they wanted to see a bullpen. Who's they?
Who's him? Andrew Friedman, Brandon Gomes.
Right. The front office wanted to see a bullpen session, pal.
Yeah.
Let's make sure you're cool.
So we'll see what happens today with Edwin Diaz if they do get to a save situation. But the other part of it was Alex Vesia, too. The fact that Alex Vesia came out there, he was, and got his second save of the season.
Yep.
He is not throwing gas by any means. He's throwing 90-mile-per-hour fastballs, 82-mile-per-hour sliders, and getting guys out. And he struck out the side, and he was fantastic. But his velocity is way, way down from what it was. But sometimes it doesn't matter. Like Clayton Kershaw used to get outs with an 89-mile-per-hour
Yeah, I mean, you learn to pitch.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's what he's doing right now?
Greg Maddux did it also.
Sure.
Trevor Hoffman, he did not blow you away with 103-mile-an-hour fastballs. I mean, he was using a changeup that had everybody all confused.
Pitches.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's okay. You don't have to pitch 103 miles an hour to close.
No, but the point of it also is too that yesterday was Healthcare Workers Appreciation Day.
Yeah.
And so people in all these different healthcare workers, and you remember what happened to Alex Vesia last year?
Right.
He
Yeah,
and
of
his
course.
wife.
Yeah.
They lost their baby girl.
Yeah.
And so the healthcare workers that were there that helped him out were all there in a suite, had a 51 on their
nice.
jersey with a heart around it. And so after the game, he was talking about how important it was to them. So for him to go and pitch in that game, get a save, while they were sitting up there, it was a big special moment.
That is nice. And by the way,
it was nice.
I will tell you, Berg, I loved your post-game analysis on social where you and Mean Gene are walking through the parking lot, and you were talking about Alex Vesia, and you were talking about his speed of pitches and what have you, velocity. Right. And Mean Gene, she's really into the Dodgers, huh?
Oh, no, she is fully into the Dodgers. Like, this was the easiest.
You think Bergman could date someone that's not fully into the Dodgers?
Well, I'm kind of wondering if she's more into the Dodgers than he is. Maybe she should co-host the Blue Review.
She would be absolutely welcome to. But they made it so easy for me that she was a big, big Dodger fan when this all started because I can just sit on the couch and watch the Dodger game. She's like, are we watching the Dodger game?
Now, is the Mets-Dodgers tonight an exclusive to ESPN, or is it also on Spectrum? Because I know it's Joe Buck tonight with Oral Hershiser and somebody from the Mets, like Ron Darling.
Ron
They
Darling's
have each one from each, an analyst from each team.
Good.
I don't know if it's exclusive.
And, Joe Buck does this like once or twice a year. Like, he'll call a baseball game for ESPN.
But it's Shohei Ohtani on the mound tonight versus Clay Holmes.
Because it is on ESPN with Oral and Ron Darling with Joe Buck.
According to the internet, AI overview, yes, it is exclusive.
That's cool.
To ESPN.
Well, that's going to be a cool broadcast, though, I feel like.
The
You get
AI
Joe
overview.
Buck, right?
Yep.
Who is arguably one of the greatest to call baseball, who doesn't call baseball anymore.
Right, so that's
and you
a
get
treat.
Oral, so you get the Dodgers perspective, you get Ron Darling, both network-type style broadcasters, right? Even though Oral doesn't do it, I believe, doesn't do it anymore, but Ron certainly does. You're going to get a great broadcast tonight.
Oral's doing a lot more now. He was on the NBC broadcast.
Oh, he was?
And,
Okay, good. I didn't realize he was. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
no, he just
Greatest Dodgers pitcher of all time.
And Indians pitcher.
Should be Hall of Famer.
And he's so good at explaining
He's excellent.
things out.
He's unbelievable.
Great. He's
100% greatest playoff pitcher of Dodgers history.
He makes.
I hear your shots.
Yamamoto
we
might
hear
be
Koufax?
in that,
Not a
that
chance.
space.
Don
Not a
Drysdale.
chance.
No.
I mean,
No.
No.
Koufax and Drysdale are pretty high up there.
Koufax and Hershiser, I'll give you. Drysdale third.
I mean, what
Kershaw
Yamamoto did,
55th.
Right.
you
right.
have to
We
put
knew that's
Yamamoto what
he
he
was
did
getting
last
at.
year, Chris.
So anyway, I didn't
wanted the
know
Kershaw
Oral's
shot.
doing NBC. That's awesome because he should be. He's that good.
So that opening day game it was Kershaw and Oral, and they were just talking back and forth, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Oral to me is as big a reason to watch. And this is not a shot at anyone. I love Joe Davis too, but I think Oral is the reason to watch. I mean, first of all, his connection to the team, his history, and his, to your point, his delivery, his knowledge, his understanding, his way, the way he teaches the game in a digestible way. I think all that stuff is so good at what he does. He makes watching the Dodgers every night very
And you know
enjoyable.
who Oral Hershiser is the biggest fan of? 100%.
Travis
Rogers.
He loves Travis.
Believe that.
Travis.
Believe it.
Much like Sedano's my agent, Hershiser is Travis's
really?
agent.
He's done a good job.
Oh, yeah.
He's done a hell of a good job, Oral.
Yeah, so Oral's amazing too, but they also have Eric Karros, who's
he's
fantastic
excellent
at
too,
it,
dude.
So they have two guys that are just amazing analysts.
so good.
And from both sides.
And then
of the
Jess does some games too, right?
Yeah, Jess does a couple of games.
some games too.
Nomar does some games, but
Yeah.
he's terrible.
Whoa, I don't know if he is or isn't. I don't recall him even doing
Good
games.
job, Fergie. Good job.
Just terrible.
He's awful.
Really?
Give me Eric Karros and
Wait,
Oral
but he's good at the
Hershiser.
desk.
He's fine at the desk.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Fine at desk.
Put him at the desk.
Terrible as the analyst.
Okay, geez. I don't know.
Chris,
I don't
you should get an
recall.
Eric Karros wig. Eric Karros
All
got
right,
great
before
hair.
we,
He's great.
Before we open up those boxes that Sedano
Oh,
got,
yeah, because
I
these
wanna-
teams. Now, which one do you want, the
No,
Kings
hold
or the
on.
Blazers?
I want to cleanse the palate.
Oh, sorry.
Talk about our friend. Oh, I was holding his sign upside
Who's
down.
directing traffic here today?
Well, we're just trying to. We're trying. Listen, Cappy.
Yeah.
Got a lot going on. We're
I
trying
know
to
we
do
do.
it together. Okay.
I know we do.
The great Jacob Imrani. Let's talk about him.
Look, LA, it's midweek. You're probably running errands, maybe cutting across the valley or the 405, and all it takes is one truck accident to change your whole week. Bam! Right?
Oh, yeah.
So if you were hit by a big rig, a box truck, or a delivery truck, any kind of truck, the injury side is tough, man, and the insurance side is tougher, Cappy.
Why you call Jacob and Ronnie. His office knows how to handle serious accident cases, and they deal with insurance companies, so you're not stuck doing it alone. You would not want to do that. It's a free consultation. It's a no-obligation case review, and no fees unless Jacob wins for you.
So if you're hurt or your car's totaled, don't wait around hoping to do the right thing. Call 1-800-345-6789 or visit calljacob.com. We'll do it one more time because
Thank
you
you.
get upset.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, we like to do it twice.
Right.
800-345-6789.
There you go.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, let us go to the unboxing of one.
You know, there's that
George
kid.
Chian.
Who's the kid that does the unboxing on YouTube? He's no longer a kid. He's probably super old now.
Ryan's Toys or
Ryan's
something?
Toys.
Yeah.
That kid made millions. That family
He
just
was the
unboxing.
number one YouTuber, like money wise, for like years.
I honestly think John Gruden has become more famous. I mean, this guy, whatever he does, it seems to work. And now when he gets all of these boxes in from these different college football teams, and he's like, I'll tell you what, man, take a look at this UCLA helmet, man. I love UCLA. Troy Aikman, Terry Donahue, man. I'm telling you, I love them.
All right, so what are we doing? This is the Blazers here,
Okay.
and this is the Kings. Now, the Kings box is very nice. Got a little bow on it, you know.
Yeah.
Blazers, more sleek, I would say.
Okay, so the Blazers
Is a double box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Double
or,
box.
Or the Kings.
Oh, that's nice when you can have the double box.
Mhm.
Yeah, so what are we doing? They're trying to curry favor, clearly.
I'm going to go with Blazers first because they were on last night.
Right.
I watched
Okay.
them, and I
That's
saw
fair.
a lot of this Denny Ahia last night, who I've not seen.
Advia.
I've not seen enough of him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So here we go.
It's
So
hard
they
to
want
pronounce.
they want me to vote for all defense. Oh, this is probably Tamani Kamara, who's excellent, and I put him on all defense last year, so I would do that. Oh, they also want Donovan Clingan. They want two guys this year.
What do they want from him?
I mean, he's excellent.
I know, but what award?
That also defensive,
Okay,
like
gotcha.
all defensive
Gotcha.
team. Yeah. So, but Tamani Kamara, I already voted for him last year. He's from Coral Springs, like you.
Yeah, what'd they give you, man?
So come on, dude. I'm showing Tim the card, okay, that they sent with the two players.
Come on now.
They sent me a nice pen. It looks like all defense. It says. Oh wait, this is like one of these fancy pens.
Is it a Mont Blanc?
No, and it's also got like the thing you can use for your
Stylus.
iPad.
A stylus. I love that.
On the other side.
I love styluses.
Yeah, so it's a real pen.
Yeah.
And it's got the stylus on the other side.
That's right. Very
Yeah.
good.
So that's nice.
Okay.
That's nice. And then there's something else in here.
Are they
It looks
saying like, hey,
a
write
lock.
your vote in?
A lock and key.
Oh.
Because, they're locking them up defensively, and it's got Clingan and Tamani Kamara's numbers on them.
Okay.
So there you go. There's that, too. So
George,
that's one box.
Are you allowed to say what you have votes for?
I have votes for all of them.
Oh, I didn't know.
All
I
the
didn't know
awards.
if it was like baseball where they rotate them.
No, I have all the awards. So there's that box. So more Blazers stuff.
Okay.
We'll unbox box
By the way,
number
did you see
2.
that Netflix special on the Blazers? I want to watch that one.
So this
too.
one is for Denny Advia. This is the Denny Advia card. I'm assuming this is most improved player.
Cappy didn't give me a lot on the Netflix
no,
special.
I didn't get it. I haven't seen it.
There's a Blazer special.
There's another card. Oh, the Jailblazers. I haven't seen it, but I'm looking forward to watching it.
Thank you, Sedano, for giving me something.
This was these are his stats from one year to the next.
Okay.
That's impressive.
Let me hear that.
I mean, you can just read it.
Here, let me see that.
While I unbox.
Oh, you just got me right in the face.
Yeah, well.
It's about time.
Well, let's see here.
So then they've got this thing. So Shoots and Ladders. Oh, it's a Shoots and Ladders mini game?
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. With more of his stats on there. And it's got the little pieces that you can play Shoots and Ladders with. Okay. I like it. That's cool. Just like a little mini Shoots and Ladders game. You can play, and this is the board that you play Shoots and Ladders on. So there you go.
Now, George, when the Cavs send you a gift, can you let me have it,
I have
please?
Cav stuff for you from my trip there a few months ago, actually. It's like a nice little bag.
Yay.
Yay.
So now do we want to do the Sacramento Kings? I don't even know who would be on there. Oh,
Kieran Fox. Wait,
Maxime
no, he's not on the Kings
Reynaud.
anymore.
Maxime Reynaud from Stanford, from France. I bet you it's for Rookie of the Year.
Oui.
All right.
All right. So let's. This nice box, by the way. Kings.
I mean, it's also a nice bow.
Yeah.
You know, you got to pull on that bow to open that thing up. Let's see what happens.
It's a lot of rapping for a guy who's definitely not going to win Rookie of the Year.
It's a lot of money spent for an organization that is promoting a guy that most people have not heard of.
Yeah, Maxime Reynaud. Reynaud.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny. The one year when there was 4 Cavs.
I knew it. Look at that. Vote for rookie team, not Rookie of the Year. Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
He will probably be. He'll definitely be on one of my 2 teams. So Maxime Reynaud, it's got his, his stats and stuff. Tim's taking care of that. What do we got? Oh, Estelle. So Estelle is this little coffee shop, little French coffee shop. Fascinating enough because Maxime Reynaud is French.
I figured that was something in there. Yeah, there you go.
He's French.
Oh, but that's close.
How about you don't have French music?
It's closer.
No, I don't, actually.
We really don't have French music?
I'm sure it's in
we
here
do.
somewhere, but
From when George went to France, remember? And he was learning.
So Estelle is this really great little coffee and pastry shop, literally right next door to the arena. And it's fantastic. Mark Jones actually told me to go there one time.
Jonesy.
And I did. Jonesy, yeah. And it's got, look at these cookies. We got cookies for the show today. We should try these.
And a Joe's Pizza in the fridge.
Yes, we do.
Estelle, this is
half a Joe's Pizza.
So this,
5 slices.
This is an excellent pastry shop and coffee shop.
Let me see the chocolate ones.
Yeah,
Are
take
these dark chocolate for adults?
Yeah,
or are these milk chocolate
They
for
look
children?
like dark chocolate.
Let me see what you got here.
Hey,
All right.
when we have Windy on, we got to ask him how many of these boxes
Oh, he gets a ton, I'm sure, too.
He must get them from every team, man.
So there you go. All right, we're done.
Wow, Estelle Bakery.
Yeah, throw those over here.
By the way, what's today's date?
What are you talking
I don't know,
about?
April
The
15th.
It's tax day.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've had an
Did they
extension.
expire?
So
What?
I've had an extension.
Did they
so I didn't-
expire?
Yeah, 4/12. But that's okay. You can still eat these on
No, they're still packaged.
4/12 to 4/15.
Yeah,
No
they're
problem.
still
Come on.
That's pretty fresh. Like they overnighted it, you know?
Well, they were probably packaged on 4/12. Or did it say expired on 4/12?
I don't know, man. But
No, if it says 4/12, that's when they were
it
packaged.
says sell by.
Oh, yeah.
Sell
Oh,
by.
not
Wait,
so
are the
fresh.
Kings trying to poison me?
Hey, listen, they heard yesterday's show.
They're like, this Cappy's asking too many questions of Mark Jones.
How much time do you have after the sell-by date? Because it's not eat
You,
by.
yeah, you have time.
It's not
You have
real.
a ton of time
What
by the
about
sell-by.
for like almond milk? My almond
No,
milk is
don't mess
expired.
with
No, no,
milk
yeah,
and
don't mess with that.
eggs.
No, but
and-
almond milk's not
But
dairy.
nice,
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
true.
It's
It doesn't
right.
matter. You got like 2 weeks after the
Okay,
expiration.
got it.
Listen, if something happens to you, we'll move on.
Okay, thank you.
8:24 on the Sedano and Cat Morning
Sedano,
Show.
Trudell, and Geeter.
Yeah.
Oh, easily. STG. Or it'll just be Sedano and friends, and we're the friends. You never know. We return in about 3 minutes, and when we do, it is a windy Wednesday. We get ready for the great Brian Windhorse. By the way, he got me his hair products.
Oh, you
It's
did?
Windy Wednesdays.
Nice. Let's talk Lakers before we get to Windy. Like, because they're playing the Rockets. I don't know if you heard on
I
Saturday.
don't know. We got 11 and a half hours to keep breaking it down.
Yeah.
That's Saturday night at Crypto.com Arena. We return with Brian Windhorse right here on LA's only local sports morning show, the Sedano and Cat Morning Show on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Providence. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Vista Paint is California's original paint company and has been serving pros and homeowners since 1956. Our paints are formulated for lasting performance, beautiful finishes, and made to withstand the weather. Vista Paint, locally made, expertly crafted, always reliable.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. As a parent, I want my kids to grow up happy and healthy. But when kids experience hard things like divorce, neglect, or substance abuse in the home and don't get the support they need, they can develop toxic stress response. And over time, toxic stress can lead to serious health issues like anxiety or high blood pressure. But being there for your child helps protect against toxic stress before it ever starts. Learn how supporting your child's feelings can give them a stronger start at first5california.com.
Pizza Hut is bringing the heat with their new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside, finished with buttery garlic parm seasoning in every bite. And right now, grab a large pizza with any 3 toppings for just $11.99, delivery or carryout. When you're hungry for big flavor, keep the Pizza Hut coming with the $11.99 large 3-topping deal. Order now at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app.
Limited time offer. Additional charges for extra cheese and toppings, stuffed crust, and original pan.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Hey, sports fans, the ESPN app has all of ESPN all in one place. The ESPN app is your home to thousands of live events, ESPN shows, and originals across every ESPN network in service. And now you can check if you already have ESPN Unlimited as part of your TV package for no additional cost. Visit activate.espn.com to learn how to access your account or sign up, then start streaming in the ESPN app. It's all of ESPN all in one place. Sign up or activate now.
Mornings on ESPN LA will never be the same.
Quack, 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 quack. I get parents telling me all the time that the kids in the car love the quack. They're now into the quack, quack.
Listen, I am a role model for the youth of America.
Oh, we know that.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is on. Back to Sedano and Cap.
I remember when Cappy was a lowercase g. 828, good morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. Yes, indeed.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Cappy on this day in 1995, the number 1 hit. One of the most iconic songs of the 90s. Montel Jordan, this is how we do it, Jack.
I'll turn my mic on. $100 bills, y'all.
Meanwhile, it is a windy Wednesday. He joins us now electronically. The great Brian Windhorst. He's going to be with us till 8:50, and then hopefully maybe we'll get him back in the YouTube hour. But anytime we get Windy, who, by the way,
from the compound,
he did send a picture of his hair product, and I am ordering after the show today.
Okay, great.
So that I can have the same hair product as my Colombo brother. The great Windy joins us now.
See, Brian, if you were here today, you would got, and maybe you've already gotten one of these as well. The Kings sent over Estelle cookies from the little French pastry shop next to the arena for me to vote for Maxime Reynaud on my all-rookie team.
I had Max on my podcast last week.
Oh, nice.
Yes. He played with Victor when they were teenagers.
Right.
And so that's interesting. I got some cookies from the Clippers.
The Clippers were supposed to send me something. They told me they were, but I've never received it.
So this is a parlor game. So if the Clippers were asking for you to vote for someone for an award, what do you think it was for?
Ooh.
They were cookies. That I'll give you that hint.
Oh, it's Chris Dunn.
Help you,
Chris Dunn. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for a defensive player stealing your cookies. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the Clippers. I mean, like, by the way, thank you for the cookies or whatever. But
I didn't even get the shoots and ladder game.
that is the Clippers. That sort of sums up the Clippers. By the way, Kawhi is going to make my second team All-NBA. Like, he's had the best year he's had in 5 years.
So let me ask you a question, Brian, about that before we can dive into the Lakers and Rockets. I feel like the conundrum is now. I know Luka and Cade Cunningham both, right, are trying to get this waiver, right, because of their circumstances.
Yeah.
Let's say for Cade, in Cade's case, right, if he gets the waiver, because Luka's going to be first team if he gets the waiver. Cade, to me, there's a conversation between him and Jaylen Brown that makes that a very difficult decision in I would imagine for many people, including myself.
Correct. So this is one of these things where I would probably lean, and this will, you've got to be careful saying anything negative about the Celtic because the fans get very upset. One of the things I evaluate when I have a difficult time deciding between two players for an award is who's got the bigger ask every night. Like who carries a bigger weight night in and night out. And I actually think, despite Jaylen Brown being so important while Jason Tatum was out, I think it's Cade. And because he's got to be their point guard and he's also their point of attack defensively. I understand that Jaylen is excellent defensively too, but I would probably lean Cade with the fifth first team spot.
Yeah, it's really tough. Like to me, those guys, that you're splitting hairs in a lot of ways. So
but I'm going to tell you, I don't think Cade's going to get approved. I think I think Luka will. But I don't think Cade will.
Because Luka left for 2 games for the birth of his daughter and then got hurt, and you're saying Cade because of the lung and the injury? Is that why?
Yeah, I just think Cade's a couple of games short. Luka
is one
with the 1 game short. Look, it's an arbiter. I don't know how it's going to happen. Frankly, I hope they both get it. I just think as I'm preparing my ballot, I don't think Cade's going to be eligible.
Okay, fair enough. Let's talk about Lakers Rockets and how can LeBron pull a rabbit out of his hat just to steal 1 game?
Yeah. So the thing I have been saying is the word that you want to think about for the Lakers in this series is extend. Extend the game to order. Extend the series as long as possible. That gives you the best chance, I think, to beat the Rockets in an individual game and gives you the chance to bring Reeves and Luka back. And I got to tell you, talking to other Western Conference teams that were preparing to possibly face the Lakers, they actually think they were computing. They think Austin is going to play in this series.
Wow.
They think, based on when I say that, it's not inside information. It's not a report, just to be clear. It's like the teams, who know, who've talked to their doctors and their therapists, and they say that they think that there's a better chance of Austin to recover from that quicker than Luka to recover from the hamstring. So I talked to a team who was like, yeah, we're preparing our game plan as if Austin's going to play in some of the games.
I got to tell you guys, honestly,
that could be dead wrong. Like Austin might not be able to move right now. I'm just telling you what opponents were saying.
Yeah, it doesn't shock me though.
So you want extend. And so, there's a couple of ways to do that. One is, guys, and I mean, JJ talked about this, you can't let them have the offensive rebounds. It's such, George, you know this. I don't know how many Houston games you were at this year. All those other coaches, it's number 1 on the scouting report. If the Lakers were at full strength, it'd be number 1 on the scouting report.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You cannot let them have all of those second, third, and even fourth shots. It's a vitally important part of their team, and they're great at it.
Yep.
The second thing is you've got to find a way to punish when Reed Shepherd and Alperen Şengün are out there. And look, they may not be equipped to do it with their limitations offensively, but that's what JJ's game plan is going to be, because it's really important for the Rockets to have Reed Shepherd out there. They struggle to score. And so when Reed's out there, they're just way more dynamic. But you've got to punish them for putting their offensive lineup on the court. That's key. And look, it's not going to happen all that often, but you've got to do it long enough to get to the end of the game. And I understand that in clutch time, you're not going to have Luka, who is, one of the candidates for clutch player of the year. And that's going to be a factor. But I still like the Lakers' chances in clutch time against the Rockets, because the Rockets, for various reasons, seem to want to give you the ball in clutch time. So get it clutch time, try to steal a game or two, try to get to the back of the series, and hope that the grade 2 injuries start to heal up.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, you're talking about the possibility of Austin Reeves coming back, and you're also talking about JJ yesterday saying the key to this whole series. He actually mentioned 2 things. He said rebounding and boxing out. He said you got to be able to box out. So those were the 2 big keys for him. But going back to rebounding, I think what maybe we might underestimate are the numbers that Luka and Austin Reeves brought to the rebounding part of it. Luka was averaging like 7.7 rebounds per game. and Austin was averaging almost 5 rebounds per game. So while we think about those two guys as being offensive players, I mean, we talk about points and scoring, but you're missing about 12 rebounds per game if you don't have either of them. So now I want to just bring all of that is to say, the Dodgers have a situation with Mookie Betts in an oblique, and they think he's going to come back in 2 weeks. So maybe Austin Reeves can actually be available early in this series. Are you hearing early?
I just want to underline so that I don't have the rest of my day ruined. I'm not saying he's going to.
Correct.
Okay?
You're saying that
I'm saying that
other staffs are
opposing
telling
teams
you.
believed as they were preparing for the Lakers that there was a chance. As they looked at, they were like, look, they don't have the MRIs, but when they talk to their athletic trainers, they go, hey, listen, you got an MRI with an oblique, and you got a grade 2 with an oblique, you got a grade 2 with a hamstring. What do you think? Yeah, I think there's a better chance of the guy with the oblique coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So. Just, I'm just saying, like, there's reason, and like the Lakers are not incentivized to tell you anything about the health of their players, whether Austin can't get out of bed or whether he's, shooting threes right now. Okay. They're not incentivized to tell you anything. So I don't expect them to let on anything. I think JJ told Dave McMenamin indefinitely. No kidding. Of course it's indefinitely. But I would just say, like, the reason to try to extend the series, it just figure out a way to steal one, then figure out a way to steal two. And look, like, this is the playoffs. The Lakers get to start at home. They did such good work at the end of the season. I know that some of those teams didn't put their best teams out there, but the Lakers got the job done. They got the job done against Phoenix. They got the job done up in the Bay, okay? And so they get to start at home. And there's, why shouldn't Luke Kennard hit 7 threes on Saturday night? He could do that. Why couldn't Marcus Smart? I mean, that's the kind of, situation you need that you sometimes see from a role player playing at home. You need, you know how much of a difference it makes when Rui's hitting his shot. What if LeBron's getting to the basket and Houston's collapsing the paint and Rui is hitting his shot? Like, he hits 3 of them and it can change the whole game. So, like, look, their hand is not super strong, but they've got some cards to play. And I'm sure JJ is going over every single option, particularly with different lineups, to figure out which cards he can play to just extend the series.
So there's nobody on ESPN, by the way, that is picking the Lakers to win this series.
Right, based on the stuff. Now, I have now taken Brian's approach on this because I don't know what games and series I'm going to be covering. Brian doesn't do any of these picks. And Brian, last year I started doing that because, first of all, it's not worth the grief. Second of all, right, it just isn't. It's just not worth the grief.
Because if you don't pick the team that the fans, half the fans want you to pick.
And then I happen to be in the building.
It's not so much the fans.
Right.
It's not I don't care about the fans.
Right.
It's that you're in the locker room and they all saw it.
They've all seen it.
Okay,
right.
gotcha.
And right. And sometimes I got to talk to these guys, like, before the game, to Brian's point, or after the game or whatever. So I've now taken your tact of, like, I'm not picking any of these things. I probably could have done the play-in because I wasn't going to do any of those games, but I've taken that tact. However, look, the Rockets are heavy favorites for a reason, right? Like, they should win this series. Even if Luka and Austin both come back, considering they're coming off injuries, the Rockets should win this series. I just feel like, and I know they've played great lately, the thing I look at with the Rockets, there's 2 components that I look at, Brian, that stick out to me that are not in their favor. Number one, from a basketball perspective, they lack organization, okay? Where without Van Vliet, and I know he's been gone for a long time, they've been trying Amen Thompson, right, running the point, different guys handling the ball. It just looks clunky and messy. And then number 2, prior to this stretch where they won, it just felt like there was, like, not good chemistry on the team. They didn't enjoy playing together. They couldn't figure it out. Maybe that's also part of the lack of organization. It just felt like they were not a team that was playing with any synergy. And I still feel that could happen in the postseason because the end of the season to me is not reflective of what the postseason is going to be. What do you think?
Yeah, put them in stressful situations. They didn't respond to stressful situations for most of the year well. Now, again, you are correct. At the end of the season, they had a couple of moments where they were able to get some wins. They had a couple of close wins. Ime Udoka was changing his starting lineup by the game depending on who he was going up against. Sometimes he would start Reed Shepherd. Sometimes he would start Tari Eason. Right at the end of the season, he started Josh Okogie. And basically he was saying, like, I know that I have to just make the best of what I got with who I'm going up against. I got to sort of manufacture the best lineups because I can't trust a certain lineup. So, his sleeves were rolled up. He was working. He was trying to do it, and they come into the postseason with a little bit of confidence. That said, one of the things that happens in the playoffs, and I say this every year, and it sounds, sort of patronizing, but it's just so true. The playoffs are so reductive. Your weak links just get boiled right down to. It just happens. You maybe you can hide it for a little bit. Your weak links always get exposed, and maybe you're good enough to overcome it, and maybe you aren't. So what you want to do if you're the Lakers, because at some point this year, the Rockets are going to go out, and it's whether it's to the Lakers in a miracle or whether it's in the next round to the Thunder. Their weak links are going to be exposed. So if you're the Lakers, you want to expose the weak link. Get them to the end of the game where they have had that chemistry problems in the past, where you've got Kevin Durant coming out of a game saying maybe I shouldn't even have the ball because we don't know how to handle when there's a double team thrown at me. That's what you want the Rockets to do. You want the Rockets to be looking at each other. But you got to get them in that spot, and that starts with, the way you rebound in the first quarter of a game. Now, one of the rules that I have is I never overreact to a game one, ever. I've covered dozens and dozens and dozens of playoff series. I have seen teams win game one by 35 and never win another game. I have seen teams look terrible in game one and then look great the rest of the series. So I will never, ever, ever overreact to a game one. It's just one of my ironclad rules. That said, when you come out in a game one situation, you can give a team life. You can give it life both directions. If the Lakers come out and have a great start, it can give them life. And they get 1 out of 2 games in LA, it changes the dynamic of the series. You're leaving LA knowing you're going to come back for game 5. That makes a difference. So the onus is right out of the gate. Don't let them have 6 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. That's what they're going to want to do. They're going to get them, but that's what JJ is already talking about on Tuesday, trying to get it in his team's head for Saturday.
The great Windy. He gives us life on a Wednesday. Windy, we're going to take a quick timeout, but we'll get right back to you in about 3 minutes right here on a Windy Wednesday on ESPN LA. Let me tell you for a moment about my friends at George Chevrolet in the city of Bellflower. Bellflower's party, pal. The one and only John Good at George Chevrolet. He's got you covered. 7-time dealer of the year. 7, Cappy. That's bam, 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 bam. That's 7.
A lot of bams.
I think I hurt my throat on that one.
Damn, I'll bet
John
you did.
Good, Kevin Rivas, the city of Bellflower, 91 Freeway at Lakewood. George Chevrolet, the community's dealership. They sponsor St. John Bosco football. They sponsor ESPN LA Mandy Awards. They're all about taking care of you with the best ride. Silverado, Tahoe. Maybe you're like Cappy in that midlife crisis. You need a Corvette. Maybe you want an EV. They got you covered at George Chevrolet in the city of Bellflower, 91 Freeway at Lakewood. You walk in there and you say, hey, where's Bellflower's party pal? The great John Good, he's got you covered. Windy's got us covered with more amazing Windy Wednesday content in 3 minutes on ESPN LA.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time. Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Head to Waba Grill for $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. and try our new chili crisp dumplings, paired with a premium or beverage drink like our delicious Thai tea, both for only $5. Only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Here in Los Angeles, our water is filled with chemicals and chlorine. That's why I got a LifeSource water whole house system. LifeSource cleans and conditions water from every tap. No salt, no regular maintenance, no more harsh skin irritating city water. Upgrade your water and your life with LifeSource. I did it and I'll never go back. For April, ask for the ESPN LA special. Get $500 off plus free installation for new customer. Call 800-WATER-99 or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water, it's not just better, it's essential.
Hey guys, it's Cappy, and it feels like everybody's sick right now. That is not your imagination. Doctors have said, worst cold and flu season in 25 years, not over quite yet. I was recently on a plane. People are sniffling, sneezing, coughing, and I can't afford to get sick. I'm doubting that you can afford to get sick. That's why I ordered the medical emergency kit. Having a medical emergency kit is like having an urgent care and a pharmacy right in your home. So if you need a Z-Pack and you know that's what you need, you've got it in your medical emergency kit, and you can take it and get better faster. And you may be thinking to yourself, well, how am I going to know if there's a whole bunch of medications? How will I know what to take? There's a guidebook. You look for your symptoms, then it tells you what medication you should be taking. You don't have to wait in line at urgent care. You don't have to call a doctor. You don't have to pay a copay. It's all right there in your guidebook. And oh, by the way, there is a doctor standing by for a telemedicine call should you need it. Let's save you $45 right now. Go to urgentcarekit.com/710. Use our promo code 710. urgentcarekit.com/710 and use the promo code 710 for $45 in savings.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com, because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. Ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Oh, nice and smooth. 8:47 on a Windy Wednesday on ESPN LA. The great Brian Windhorst with us. Cappy on this day in 2021. Bruno Mars up front. The number one hit, Silk Sonic. Leave the door open. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, here it comes. Here, hold on for a second. Even Windy likes this. This breakdown. Move those hips, Windy. Let's go. Oh, yeah.
Now, speaking of leaving the door open today, Brian, you were on First Take. I'm watching First Take right now, and I see Stephen A. does not have a tie on his own show. You can even see his undershirt. So how did that work today for you?
So I called him out for an excuse. This is the second time in the last 6 or 8 weeks that he is not. One time they lost his luggage wherever he was, and he was wearing a sweatshirt, like a hoodie. So I called him out on it. Absolutely.
Good job, Brian.
He sits up there and evaluates everybody every single day. Why shouldn't we evaluate him? Granted, it's probably a $10,000 suit without a tie, but nonetheless.
All right. So, Brian, I know you got to run here very shortly, and then you'll be back later in the YouTube hour.
Yeah, I'm just watching First Take. As soon as they go to break, I have to go back to Stephen A. But right now, we're fine.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay. So, give me the other potential series you're most interested in now that we talked Lakers-Rockets.
So I think Knicks Hawks is interesting because here's the thing: the Hawks are not really a 6 seed. They were a 12 seed for the first 2 months of the year, or whatever. Maybe they were 10, but they were a poor team. Then they made the Trae Young trade. They got better. They made the Porzingis trade, got Kuminga, and they were one of the best teams in the league for the last 6-8 weeks of the season. So they're really probably more like a 3 or 4 seed masquerading as a 6. So that's number one. The other one is Minnesota and Denver. I listened to the explanation from David Adelman about why they didn't play their guys the last 2 games. I'll take it at face value. They were concerned about health. But to me, the actions of the Nuggets looked like they were fine with slipping to the 4th seed so that they didn't have to see Minnesota in the first round. And look, this group with Houston has won no games or no playoff series. Maybe they will prove to be a beast in the postseason. Right. Maybe they'll sweep the Lakers and take the Thunder to 7 for all I know. But I know that the Timberwolves have won 4 playoff series the last 2 years, and one of them was over the Nuggets when they, found a way to solve the Jokic problem in 7 games. So I think those 2 series, the 3-6 in both sides. I have the Cavs-Raptors on a watch list. The Raptors, I'm not 100% sure.
I think I may end up in Toronto for one of those games. Based on it being on ESPN on a Wednesday night already, I was like, ooh, it looks like I'm going to have to get my passport out. And I love the city of Toronto. It's just tough to get there and deal with all that when you're flying from L.A. Like, if I lived in New York, it'd be great. It'd be fine. But it's just a challenging return and to and from. Now, real quick, Anthony Edwards had been dealing with a knee injury. What do you know about his situation in that knee?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of similar to what Steph Curry, I think, has been dealing with, which is basically like shooter's knee or runner's knee, whatever you want to call it. It's swollen, and he's got to play through some pain, and maybe he'll be okay, and maybe he'll be great in game 1 and 2, and maybe he won't be so good in game 3. Like, I don't know. I do know this guy, he's turned his ankle into a pretzel, popped back up, and dunked 5 seconds later. I mean, the guy is got an incredible ability to withstand injury and recover from injury, almost LeBron-like. So if it's bothering him and he's missed games, it's really been bothering him. I take that under advisement. The guy does not like to miss time. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a thing. And not only that, Jaden McDaniels is the key to any Timberwolves series because of how important he is defensively, and he's coming off of his own issue. So, I don't know what their health is going to be, but the Nuggets are stitched together with tape and twine, like hoping that Aaron Gordon's hamstring holds up. When Aaron Gordon is out there and effective, he's incredible. Makes a huge difference for them defensively. He's had 3 hamstring injuries in the last 12 months. Like, I don't know. So, I mean, that's definitely going to be a factor in that series.
All right, Wendy, we're both keeping our eyes here on first take.
So I still got Peter Rosenberg and someone else from the WWE.
Big E. Yeah. So I'll keep things rolling, and if you don't get to the full answer, we'll come back. So here's the thing I want to get your opinion on about Houston. When we saw the Lakers beat the Rockets in 2 straight games going back to mid-March when the Lakers were on their roll, it looked to me like Kevin Durant was furious with his teammates and like this thing was going to crumble. But as you pointed out, they went like 11-2 down the stretch. And I'm just curious, or maybe it was 11-3. Was it the schedule? Did they somehow get it back together? What is your analysis as to what led them on a run at the end of the season?
Well, certainly the schedule. I mean, any team that had a run toward the end of the season, including the Los Angeles Lakers, benefited from the schedule. But one of the things that Ime Udoka started to do was he started to change his lineup. I mentioned earlier by the game. He would look at what the opposition was. And he would say, okay, let me enter this guy, take this guy out. He would start Reed Shepherd, then he put Tari Eason in there. And, he would try to manipulate to eke out the best that he could from his group. The second thing is they started moving the ball better. Their passing just really increased. I can't remember all the passing numbers, but I want to say over the last month of the season, they were passing the ball 15 times more a game than they were for the first 70 games. And so they basically were like, okay, if we can't get one guy into the offense that can bring it, let's just pass the ball a ton. So now look, I'm going to tell you right now, sometimes in the playoffs, you want to say you want to pass and it turns into an isolation game. So maybe they'll come out on Saturday and they'll be throwing that 300 passes a game that they were throwing, or maybe they'll start throwing 250 passes a game, whatever the number was. So, but they rolled up their sleeves and figured out a way to play a little bit better offense.
All right.
And different personnel. Yes, I know they went to break.
Yeah. So we'll let you go first for a while.
I don't want Stephen A. mad at me.
Yeah, for sure. And just come back whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
So.
I'll be back. All right. Talk to you guys later.
All right, Wendy.
Windy Wednesday. I love Windy.
And we got a break soon anyway for
we're going into the YouTube.
Yeah, 8:54. Let's talk about our friends at Prize Picks for a minute.
Oh, listen, you want action in the state of California? Prize Picks is the place to be. Download that Prize Picks app. Use the promo code CAPPY, KAPPY. Your first $5 lineup gets you a $50 lineup bonus. It's very simple to play Prize Picks. It's more, it's less, okay? There's a stat projection for every player imaginable and every sport imaginable, okay? You go more or less on those stat projections. You bundle a couple together and you can mix and match sports. You can win cold, hard cash.
And as you know, Prize Picks is a partner with the NBA, which gets me, George, to thinking about tonight's game. What am I going to do tonight here? Clippers-Warriors. I got to look into it tonight. I haven't really gone deep yet, but I'm starting to think to myself, what kind of night might Steph Curry have?
He looked good against the Rockets a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
A week ago.
I like to play the stars. So I'm going to play Steph Curry tonight.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I should go with points, rebounds, and assists. I'm going to figure it out as the day goes on here. 10.5 3-pointers attempted for Steph Curry. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. And I'm also thinking about Kawhi Leonard tonight. I mean, I think the stars got to show up, right? And if you're Kawhi, the way the Clippers turned their season around and still traded James Harden away and they still are here, I think Kawhi Leonard is a play I'm going to have to look at tonight. 2.5 blocks and steals combined, maybe. Half a dunk. That's a demon play. So that means you're going to earn more. So here's what I would tell everybody to do. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make your first $5 lineup. Get $50 in lineups. It's that easy. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make that first $5 lineup. Get $50 in lineups. Let's play together and let's win together on Prize Picks.
Prize Picks, the preferred partner of the NBA.
Yes, indeed. 8:56 on a windy Wednesday. Windy will return when he finishes his big YouTube video. And the Rich Eisen Show begins top of the hour terrestrially on 7:10 a.m. We move over to YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. And if you're listening on the app, stay right there, sucker. The fun and frivolity continues on LA's only local sports morning show. This is the undisputed Sedano and Cat Morning Show on ESPN LA. Oh, I didn't know the bed was going to run out, so I'm just going to feel cold here. LA's mega sports station, ESPN Los Angeles, on a windy Wednesday on 710.
The Sedano and Cat Morning Show.
LA's biggest pizza party is back. Pizza City Fest returns to LA Live April 25th and 26th. Bigger, bolder, and cheesier than ever. 40 of Southern California's top pizzerias. 2 epic days. 1 massive celebration of pizza. An all-inclusive ticket delivers unlimited pizza tastings, unlimited beverages, and unlimited desserts. All for just $99. Pizza City Fest at LA Live, across from Crypto.com Arena, April 25th and 26th. Tickets on sale now at LALive.com/Pizza City Fest.
Cappy, when I walked into the Vision Works Brea store, I immediately thought, this is too easy.
I know. And the frames are organized by shape and by price, so you don't have to go digging around. Now, Chris, I had the same experience at VisionWorks in Santa Ana.
Seriously, why go anywhere else but VisionWorks? Their 100-day guarantee gives you peace of mind, so if you change your mind, for any reason, just bring them back.
Buy one, get one free.
Simple scheduling, simple shopping. VisionWorks makes it simple.
John Ireland here. You want a vodka that's championship caliber? Look for Blue Ice Vodka at Ralph's, America's largest potato vodka, double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce. Classic, Huckleberry, or double espresso. Blue Ice Vodka, vodka with standards.
Feel the vibe, the speed, the adrenaline. The Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach roars back this weekend. It's a pulsating 200-mile-per-hour beach party. 6 races featuring the sleek MTT Indy cars, IMSA sports cars, and more. Saturday night, rock out with Kings of Chaos. Kids 12 and under free with a ticketed adult. Tickets at gplb.com. The Acura Grand Prix this weekend. The Long Beach vibe is back.
So I'm in Mike Capozio's office here at Rotolo Chevrolet. And Mike, every time I hear an ad, everybody is number one. How is there more than one number one?
Number one here, number one there. And fortunately for me, Chevrolet tells us who's number one.
So we're talking huge inventory, Chevy cars and trucks, SUVs, everything you could want. That's how you stay number one. And
you got to have the inventory to give to the people, but you need the people in the building to take care of the people that are coming into our building. No one does better with a customer than we do.
That's how you stay on top for more than a decade. Go online at rotolochevy.com.
Smalls here. Look, I get it. GLP-1 weight loss shots are popular. They're everywhere. But not everyone is thrilled about weekly injections. So what if your GLP-1 was as easy to take as a mint? That's why I want you to know about compounded terzepatide. It's a mint-flavored tablet you simply let dissolve under your tongue. No needles. It's designed to help curb appetite and reduce cravings, even sweets and carbs, which are my personal enemies. And when hunger's under control, it's easier to eat less. Stay away from the junk foods that trip you up and tackle your weight loss goals head on. And this is important. The compounded terzepatide is recommended by the medical board of the wellness companies, the doctors I trust. Look, if you're serious about getting your weight under control and weekly shots aren't your thing, I strongly encourage you to look into terzepatide. Getting started is fast with an easy online physician consultation. Imagine discovering a no-needle option that fits your needs. Go to noneedles.com/smalls. Promo code SMALLS to save $50. That's noneedles.com/smalls. Promo code SMALLS to save $50.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station. It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Cappy, one of my favorite songs of all time, when they got together and sang All for Love,
man.
From the Three Musketeers soundtrack. Remember the Three Musketeers?
Yes.
That's kind of like you, me, and Sedano, but when Brian Windhorst is here, my Columbo brother,
right,
it becomes Windy, Cappy, and Sedano, which I'm okay with.
You are?
They are the Three Musketeers on Wednesdays. Good morning, Brian Windhorst.
Where would Brian Windhorst be in line at your wedding to dance with you?
To this song, Morales. I want to dance with you to this song.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, we won't look each other in the eye.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Don't the Rams say bleep them picks?
Yes.
Isn't this
That was a long time ago. Different now. Now they're good at the picks.
Yeah, but didn't they do that and win the Super Bowl?
They did.
This is a bleep them picks trade.
Yeah, what was it?
Horn chins.
Yeah,
Horn chin.
Sedano is a guy who's like, hey, I've been around the NBA 20 years. I can draw plays up on the board. I can do.
God.
What do you mean, oh God? What do you mean?
A little sabor?
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the widow on the radio.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Do you want to do the love boat or do you want me to do the love boat?
The Art, I don't even know what you're talking
No, here it is. Ready? Watch this. Watch this.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
Bit boy.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Oh, just one more thing.
Boom. Bing, da, da, ding.
Help me out today. Turn on your own mic, please. 9:02 and 30 seconds. Happy Tax Day in America. Happy Jackie Robinson Day. This April 15th, 2026. We are on a Windy Wednesday. Windy will be back with us momentarily. Sedano's warming up pizza. And this is, hold on, this is everybody's dream to make fun of me that I'm holding a pizza box here, a giant one, but it wasn't me. Shocking. Cappy didn't go to the Dodger game. I filled in for him last night.
Appreciate that.
With Sedano and the Crazy Hernandez brothers. So Cappy sat alone in his hotel room and ordered Joe's Pizza. He actually sent me a text. Hey, what's that pizza spot you mentioned a while back that delivered to East Central? I'm like, Joe's Pizza. You went to Postmates, right?
No, I actually called them.
Oh, come on.
And I called them.
Postmates isn't a thing. It's Uber Eats now.
Oh, yeah, it was
okay.
Uber Eats. But I called them, and they answer the phone, but it's a recording.
How you doing? It's Joe's.
Yo, how you doing? It's freaking Joe's over here. And I decided to actually order the pizza online. Which was, I know, I ordered it online, and then they
ordered the pizza online? You didn't go to Uber Eats, Postmates?
No, I went
DoorDash?
I went to like joespizza.com or whatever it was,
Really?
and then they forwarded me to Uber Eats. And I
got this giant. I'm going to open up the box. Now
Yeah.
remember, Sedano's warming up a slice.
Did he leave
So,
any cold pizza?
There's about 4 slices left. You ate this much pizza last
No,
night?
I had 3 slices. Sedano must be heating one up.
Yeah.
And then half the pizza left. Why, you want it cold, Bergie?
I like cold pizza.
Yeah. And you notice what's on there, by the way.
That's
that a little meatball?
Meatball.
A little bit meatball.
Hey,
huh?
you know how much it was for a topping? How much is it per topping? Take a guess. What does it cost?
$5.
No,
Like per topping, like each piece
Yeah,
on
no,
the
no,
pizza?
no.
No, like to add a topping, $10.
$4 per topping.
$4.
$4 per topping. So the pizza, a cheese pizza, $26.
I'm eating one of these,
I can't
Captain.
even believe it.
What do you mean? Joe's Pizza, Mulberry?
Yeah, really good.
Prime Pizza? Those
Yeah.
that's the category
Right.
now.
So 26
Just in
bucks.
general, I think Cap is complaining about the food prices, right,
Well,
Cappy?
no, just 26 bucks for the pizza because it's a little
'Cause I
shocking.
am.
Can't
26
reheat
bucks.
pizza, Sedano.
Then you have $4 per topping, so I only got one topping. And so, okay, 26 bucks, one topping, $30. Okay, $30 for the pizza. Then on top of it, with tax, with delivery, and tip, you guys are eating right now, and I want to know what you guys think of this pizza. What do you tell? Because the crust is really, really good. That pizza right there, you gentlemen are eating a $47 pizza.
But so what? Of course.
Yeah.
to get a pizza delivered in downtown LA that's at the quality of Joe's, you're stunned that it was $50?
I know. And you,
I think we deserve it.
I actually had originally.
You are one cheap SOB.
I mean, am I cheap or is it like, isn't that?
It's a lot of money.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's good, though.
For one pizza?
Yeah.
No, this is
and,
really good.
And I had to make a decision.
I would rather get Pizza Hut, but that's just me.
Well,
good
of
job,
course,
Lindsay, working
very
in the
good.
partner.
And I was very, very close last night.
Also, a lot more affordable.
Very much so. And I also like that very thin crust of Pizza Hut. But this was a rare occasion. And Chris mentioned to me that there's this place in downtown that he really, really likes. And so I ordered it last night. And I thought to myself, do I get
For
up
the
and
record,
walk
I
down
mentioned that to you 2 years ago, but okay.
I think you mentioned it recently.
I haven't had a pizza delivered to East Central in like 2 years.
But that was the story you were telling. You were saying that 2 years ago you were, in a bad place. You were sitting in your hotel room and you decided to order a pizza and feel sorry for yourself.
Right.
And that was me last night. That was me. When I'm deeply involved in a Charlotte versus Miami play-in game,
You were down bad.
That's where I was last night.
Cappy, you're talking about the cost of things really quick. I just want to get this off of my chest. Yesterday when I was feeding my dog food's expensive because I get him like the Stella and Chewy's, like raw, dehydrated food, whatever.
I get that.
And I realized that the prices, not only has it gone up to $2, which I get it, inflation, the economy, whatever, but also there's like half the amount of food in the bag. Shrinkflation is real, and this is problematic because now I need like 2 bags a week, and I can't hack it anymore.
Let me tell you something. I was using that Stella and Chewy's, that exact same brand, and I think it would cost like $48 a bag, right? So then recently my daughter, because now that she's a animal sciences major at Cal Poly SLO, my daughter's like, we need to change Jack's diet. So she completely changed the dog's diet. And now we have to go to Vaughn's to get him the food.
Fresh Bet?
It's no, not even Fresh Bet. We get him rice. So my son takes rice, pulled chicken, and some kind of like a canned yam, like a sweet
pumpkin's
potato.
Really good for
pumpkin,
them.
Yeah. So the
I
rice,
feed Chewy that too.
the chicken, and the whatever it is, the sweet potato, and he puts it in the bowl, and the dog goes running for it. I think he was not liking the Stella and Chewy's anymore after years and years, and let me tell you something, Lindsay.
Dogs don't have taste buds. Did you know that?
I did not. But let me tell you something. You got to see how much weight my dog has lost, how good he looks.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like shocked at how amazing
How
he
much
looks.
does that combination cost
Well,
you?
that's a good question because the rice is very cheap in the store.
You need a rice cooker now. You need a rice cooker.
No, we get those little microwavable.
Oh, no, you got to make real rice.
Oh, you do?
You get a rice. DeMarco will give you a whole breakdown on rice cookers.
Rachel has one, and they're amazing. I love them.
My dog's allergic to rice, so
We've
I can't
always
do that.
used one.
A rice
And
cooker?
even when I was a kid growing up, my grandma used to use
Yeah,
it.
I
You can make the sicky rice.
Well, that's what the rice cooker
it's
really
2 to
makes.
1. 2 cups of water and 1 cup of rice.
Yeah, I don't know how to make rice from scratch.
Me neither.
It's
There
for
you
some
go.
reason
Right
it's
there.
very confusing.
Listen, I
2 to
have a
1.
hard time
That
making
easy.
pasta. I mean,
Well,
seriously.
that's because you're a
pretty easy.
moron. It's because you're a moron.
Well, I mean, I guess so. But the thing is that when it comes to making rice or steaming vegetables, for example, how would you do that?
Whoa. You steam the vegetables.
Yeah, but how?
You take a colander.
Yeah.
If this is the simplistic way, you
Yeah.
take a pot of boiling water.
Right.
Take a colander, put the vegetables in it, sit it, put a lid on it. It'll steam them.
Yeah, I don't have these kinds of skills. You know what I'm saying?
Or you could just put them in a covered dish in the microwave too.
You could do
if
that,
you really
which is
wanted
much
to
more
be
simple.
lame.
Okay.
Or you can get the bags that are steamable that you just throw those in the microwave.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. But the rice comes in these little cups. You put it in the microwave. You take the rice, you put it in the dog bowl. You take some of the pulled chicken, you put that in there. You take some of this stuff out of the can, you throw it in, and the dog absolutely loves it and has lost a ton of weight. Dog looks great.
By the way, while Sedano continues chewing his pizza, I want to get this in before
Good.
Wendy's
Hey,
back.
like
Good slice.
Yeah.
On this day in 1912, the Titanic sank in the North Atlantic Ocean. And as I was going to sleep last night, I was scrolling through IG real quick. And one of those little fact accounts that I follow came up.
Mm-hmm.
And it said that there were 7 warnings to the Titanic that there were icebergs ahead. And they didn't slow down and they didn't turn around. 7 warnings, and then they hit the iceberg. 7 warnings.
Especially
amazing.
the last one. So the last one, there was a lookout guy who told them that there was an iceberg, and they ignored it. And in fact, instead of reversing the engines, all they did was turn them off.
Why do you suppose that
Cappy,
they ignored
7
this?
warnings before
Yeah.
they hit the iceberg.
Why would you ignore 7
Why would you
warnings?
ignore 7
Right.
warnings before you hit the
I
iceberg?
mean, one warning.
Unsinkable ship.
One warning, you're like, it's fine, whatever.
But 7 warnings.
Three,
and then you
4 warnings.
Bam!
Right.
Into the iceberg. And then the ship goes down.
Mm-hmm.
The ship goes down.
It did. It went down.
Didn't have to.
Didn't have to.
Did not have to do
If
that.
you would have just listened to the first warning, we
Right.
wouldn't have hit the Titanic.
Well, the captain
or the
of the
iceberg.
ship, captain of the ship should have taken control. Should have gone in reverse.
Well, I think there were probably 2 captains on the ship. One of the captains could have said, hey, Iceberg ahead. Let's slow down, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not go full speed into that iceberg,
No,
sucker.
sir. No, sir. And they did.
It's freezing water down there.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to end up in a lifeboat.
Well, it's a serious iceberg to hit, too, by the way, to crack a ship like that.
Pretty big one.
You know, that's a big-ass iceberg.
I just wanted to get that off.
I know you did. I know you did. Hey, George, let me go back to something that Brian Windhorst was talking about a little bit earlier. And
he's going to join us again shortly.
And Wendy brought this up, and I made this comment, Bergie, and I know you and I have talked about this a little bit as well. When the Dodgers talked about Mookie Betts and his oblique strain, it was almost at the exact same time as the Austin Reeves oblique strain. I mean, there may be a couple of days in between, but they were very close.
Yeah.
And with the Lakers, it was like, well, Austin Reeves is gone for the remainder of the regular season. Now, that sounds really bad.
That's what the Lakers told us.
Right, but the only issue is that if you really looked at it, you're like, oh, well, there's only 4 regular season games left. You know, if you say, hey, he's out for the remainder of the regular season, and there's 135 baseball games to go, you got a problem. But when there's 4 games to go, okay, he's out for the remainder of the regular season. Does that mean he'll come back for the postseason? The Dodgers, they put out that Mookie Betts was, looking at normally it's a 4 to 6 week type injury, but Dave Roberts has been bullish that Mookie Betts can make it back quickly, as in like 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, but everybody's body's different, so there's that.
Fair point. But
Mookie Betts also said it wasn't as bad as he originally thought the oblique injury was.
Yeah, and we've not really heard much from Austin Reeves.
Right.
And we've not really heard any reporting about his possibility of returning.
Well, JJ has actually said yesterday at practice he's out indefinitely. I have no update.
Right. And that's what you say when you're a smart coach and you don't want the Houston Rockets game planning for this guy. You want the Houston Rockets game planning for them to not have Austin Reeves. But what Wendy said was, in talking to other people.
Right. He talked to, just to make sure we're clear, he says he spoke to other teams and, talked to their, executives and who talked to their training staff people, et cetera, and they felt like they'd be surprised if Austin didn't come back for the playoffs.
Right. So if you're a trainer and you say, well, oblique strain, here's the grade, here's what we do, here's when we can, when the games are going to be played, et cetera, is it more realistic to think that Austin Reeves would come back versus Luka Doncic? And I think most of us have focused on Luka and the trip to Spain and the procedures that he can get done in Europe that he can't get done here in America, et cetera, et cetera. But I feel like we've kind of gone to sleep on the possibility of Austin Reeves.
Yeah, again, and maybe it's because of the way that the information has been disseminated, right? Like, I think that there have been updates on Luka. We've heard nothing about Austin, not from the team, not from Austin, not from his team, Austin's team, not from a doctor, not from reporting. Like, no one has heard anything. And the idea was, like, again, JJ shut it down in a way that, and maybe it is just showmanship in this situation.
Yeah.
But it could also be the truth.
I just think now I'm trying to put like little pieces of my own pie together here. And if Wendy's telling us, hey, the people that I've spoken to, the people that they've spoken to, they think that this is a possibility. And then I think about JJ saying, out indefinitely, I have nothing else to say. That to me sounds like gamesmanship. It sounds like game planning. Why would I give the Houston Rockets 1 ounce of information?
Yeah.
Like, put it this way. If JJ said yesterday, well, we think there's a possibility that Austin Reeves might be back. We're not sure if it's game 4 or game 5. We'll have to see. That puts the Rockets on alert. Okay, just so we all know, they are planning on getting this player back. It's smarter to say he's out indefinitely, because what does indefinitely mean? It means we don't know. It means it could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a year. Indefinitely, we don't know. So I think that if I'm just putting my little pieces of the pie together here today, I think it's a realistic possibility that Austin Reeves might play in this series, and perhaps he might play by game 2. I mean, I know that sounds a little wacky. Like, where'd you come up with game 2? I figure game 1, you're at home. I think the Lakers could win game 1. The emotion, the excitement. No, you don't feel that way, huh?
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like, we don't know. So because we don't know, I'm hesitant to sit here and say anything other than the fact that we haven't heard even anything leak. I find it hard to believe that he's going to play. Now, maybe that'll be the case. Maybe he does play right away. But I'm a little surprised we haven't heard anything.
And that is adding a little bit of fuel to my own fire here, which is everybody's keeping their mouth shut. There's like no report. People will ask, and what you're going to get is you're going to get shut down. You're going to get, no, he's out indefinitely. I don't have anything else to add to it. All of a sudden, just hearing these little things, it's making me think maybe Austin Reeves is the one who comes back quicker than Luka. Because I think a lot of people were saying, well, Luka is the more likely of the two to get back quickly. I would find hamstring.
That was the way it was presented to me when I was in San Francisco.
Yeah, I would think that a hamstring is a much more difficult thing to return from than an oblique.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like they're both pretty hard to come back from.
Well, I mean,
meanwhile, guess who's back?
What? Who?
On a windy Wednesday, Brian Windhorst has returned.
Oh, nice. Okay, Wendy, I think that JJ's saying about Austin Reeves that he's out indefinitely and kind of shutting that conversation down. I think there's a lot of gamesmanship going on here that if by chance Austin can come back and if the Lakers are quietly behind the scenes bullish on the possibility that Austin can come back, well, telling everybody that he's out indefinitely is a good move because you don't want to give the Rockets any juice. You don't want to tell them what the Lakers might have going on. What do you think about that possibility?
Well, I mean, I just think indefinitely is probably the truth. They may just not know. That's the thing with soft tissue injuries. This is why, teams in recent years have gone to not even setting a timeline for tissue injuries. They'll just say a player today and his status will be updated as appropriate. It's annoying for fans and media and bettors and stuff, but they do that because it's hard to predict. And the last thing they want to say is a guy is going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks, and then you get to 3 weeks and you're like, oh, did you have a setback? Did your physical therapy group fail you or whatever? I just don't think you know. The only thing I can say is that when I was talking to teams and they were evaluating how difficult the Lakers are going to be in the postseason, they felt that there was a better chance of having to deal with Austin than Luka. I can't give you the reason why. I'm telling you that teams who are prepared to play the Lakers, I cannot offer reporting. I do know how. All
right, Wendy, I'm going to jump in here.
Brian, we're going to probably need you to reset.
Maybe the Russians got him.
So I think Lindsay and Greg are going to work on either getting you to call in or reconnecting.
Call in would be good.
Maybe that's not as convenient to him when he's on his Lucy app, which is how he connects to
is that what the deal is?
The Comrex.
Gotcha.
Oh, Lucy app still works?
For Wendy, it does.
Oh. I had it for years, and it worked, and then they told me, don't use it.
For Wendy, it does.
Okay, well, I'm going to use mine.
Listen, let's not hit any more icebergs like the Titanic did on this day.
There's been plenty of icebergs.
Captain is telling you, pull back here, pal.
Yeah. Is this one of the 7 warnings?
Listen, they got 7 warnings. Okay?
This is Lucy warning 1.
George only gives 3 warnings. Or 2, actually, and then after third strike, he's done.
He just leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
He just.
Right, I think he's back now. Let's see how
let's
this one
bring
goes.
Wendy back up. Good morning, Wendy.
Brian, hello.
Back to you, Wendy.
Yeah, well, let's bring him back down and we'll have him call.
All right.
Lindsay, if you want to just give him a call, that should be the best way to go here.
Does he have a Lucy app to call?
No, it is no longer a connection.
Right? Yeah. It sounds like we lost him. It's fine.
It's all good.
We'll bring. I'm actually curious to hear though from Wendy. I'd like to get his opinion on this. What did he think should have happened last night with this LaMelo Ball situation?
Yeah, we should.
I'd like to know what he thinks about that because I feel like we really jumped all over it here in the early part of the show, and then a lot of other things have come up, so we've been on to other things. But I mean, listen again. If I were Miami and I were sitting back tonight thinking, if I were Eric Spoelstra,
but here's the thing: if I'm Miami, I know Eric Spoelstra's pissed. I know they're all pissed. The players are pissed. The organization's pissed. They haven't been in the lottery in forever. Mm-hmm. They could use a lottery pick and some lottery luck. Like, if you're the Heat, I know that they're mad because that's their thing. They want to win, and they want to come out of the play-in. They're tough, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I get all that. Trust me. I was there for a long time. But
Wendy is back telephonically now.
But they need a lottery pick in the worst way possible, the Heat. And they're also going to try to trade for Giannis anyway. So, both those things – in a perfect world, if they can get those to happen, they'd be in a much better position to be the contenders they hope to be.
Yeah.
But Brian, we were talking earlier in the show about the LaMelo thing. Eric Spoelstra does not go after opposing teams like that very regularly. I'm in agreement with him. I don't know if they should have been tossed, but I do think the officials clearly missed what should have been at least a flagrant foul.
It's a complicated. By the way, I could write a short novel on that game last night. I don't know how many people in LA watched it, but the LaMelo arc was incredible because he was 2 of 16 on threes in the game and took some classic LaMelo insane shots. He had what I would call a total brain fart, fouling Tyler Hero, up by 3 points, after making a ridiculous turnover that almost cost his team their season. And then he had 2 drives to the basket, including the game winner, where he was fouled, by the way. If you want to talk about what fouls were called and were not called, Jaime Jaquez slapped him right on the arm. It should have been a foul. They didn't get called, but he made the basket anyway. Biggest basket of his career, okay? His play on Adebayo was absolutely ridiculous, dirty, and he should have faced repercussions immediately. It's a complicated moment because, if you're a team that creates a turnover and the referee calls a foul behind the ball to stop a fast break, sometimes that leads coaches to go crazy. So sometimes referees will more be inclined to not stop a fast break. This is one of the reasons why soccer has some incredible stuff in it, like where they will see a foul and just say, we recognize there was a foul, we're going to let the game go, or, for not penalizing the team. And so the referee is standing right there, as Eric Spoelstra said, and elects not to call the foul.
Curtis Blair is the official that was on the baseline, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It happened 4 feet from him. So, but there's 2 things. One, LaMelo did this last.
All right, I'm going to pot Wendy down again.
Hold on. Yeah, Wendy, we're having more issues. Sorry.
I think who
might be like it
is April, and April '86.
Oh wow!
Cut up a Chernobyl month.
They got him both on the Comrex via the Lucy app. Yeah. And now they've gotten his phone.
And Lindsay said, "Well, how does he do the TV hits? That's hardwired internet usually.
Yeah,
you can't hardwire to your iPhone.
Yeah."
You know what I'm saying?
Needs a hardwire Comrex.
Tell him to just stay still wherever he was standing.
Let's just call him back. Like, just get a separate connection. It's just probably easier that way.
Okay. Listen. We're all trying to avoid the icebergs.
Right. Again, 7.
This is the third warning.
Yeah, third warning.
First one was the Lucy app.
We could just tell them, hey, we'll catch you next Wednesday.
Hey, we'll talk to you next week.
I don't want to break the guys' meatballs over there.
Yeah, next Windy Wednesday.
By the way, we had good meatballs at the Dodger game yesterday.
Those were nice meatballs from Steven Hernandez.
Because, they do a different meal or sandwich or something for the opposing team. And the Mets was a little spicy meatball sandwich.
Nice. And you know what Steven Hernandez asked me? He said, hey, now he doesn't call my uncle the Italian sound. He just says, hey.
The Stallion.
What would Stallion think of these meatballs? And I said, listen, Stallion makes his own everything. If the Stallion wants a pizza, he makes his own pizza.
Yeah.
The only thing the Stallion brings in is in and out.
Yeah.
Everything else is made from scratch. You've seen it, Cappy.
I have, indeed.
You've been in the kitchen with the Stallion.
In big
Wendy
time.
is back, and he said he's going to stay still.
All right, Wendy.
Don't move, Wendy.
I'll be there in person the next 2 Wednesdays. I'm sorry.
You sound clear now. Yeah. This is great.
Were you walking around?
He said his internet is glorious too, by the way.
So we the last we heard, you were talking about that it should have been the LaMelo thing should have been adjudicated in real time. Curtis Blair was right there, and then we lost you.
By the way, I have 2 internets. I have an internet and a backup internet just in case some other. I have hardline fiber and hardline cable. Obviously, if you're on your phone, you're not hardline. But
Wendy, it's okay. We know you got a big pipe over there. We know that. At the compound,
Sounds
the
like
Windy
he's got
compound.
2.
He's got a pair of pipes.
Sounds like he's got 2 big pipes.
The Windy compound.
Yeah, well,
doing some
and
plumbing.
they're failing. They're failing. Okay, so the thing about this is, Bam. This happened between Bam and I'm sure you saw this, George, because the Heat Twitter community found this immediately.
Yeah.
Where last season there was a similar play. When I say similar, LaMelo thought he was fouled, didn't get the call. Bam was involved in the play, and Bam was running up the court, and he tripped him. That particular play, Bam wasn't on one leg and falling out of bounds, and so it really was more of a nuisance than he didn't hurt him.
Right.
And so there you have like a pattern right there. Like it's specifically the exact situation where he thought he got fouled and it was a frustration play. Absolutely unacceptable, dirty. The other thing I'm going to point out is 2 years ago in the playoffs, there was a game, and this, if you're a Knicks fan, will make you feel a certain way, because Joel Embiid was playing for the Sixers against the Knicks, and he got on the ground and got frustrated about Mitchell Robinson, who is known to frustrate people, and he grabbed Mitchell Robinson's foot in a similar way that LaMelo grabbed Bam last night. The reason this is relevant, not only is because it happened in a playoff game, but because there was the exact same crew chief, Zach Zarba. In that time, there was a foul called, and Zach Zarba was able to go over to the monitor. He watched the play. And by the way, Mitchell Robinson was hurt on the play and eventually had to shut it down for the postseason because he was so bothered by that foot injury. He ruled at that time it was a flagrant foul, penalty 1. So it's possible that if the whistle had blown, and by the way, once the whistle doesn't blow and the game goes on, they can't review it.
Right.
There are certain things that you can review and proximate fouls, but this wasn't one of them. This wasn't. Once the referee decided not to blow his whistle, they couldn't do it. But Zach Zarba had in the past called a similar play a flagrant 1. Whether he would have considered Bam Adebayo going to the locker room in the fact in the play, I don't know, but I guess it's possible. And it wouldn't have been, I think, egregious if they had said it was a flagrant 2 and he was ejected in that moment. What the question is that what will the post-game adjudication from the league office be? And I'm sure there are people out there, especially if you are a fan of the team that will eventually play the Hornets on Friday, you will say that should be a suspension. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
No
I don't know how you
chance.
feel about it, George.
Yeah, I don't think he should be suspended.
No chance he's suspended.
Well, it's funny because Cappy brought up that Blake Griffin on the broadcast, who I think has been fantastic this season, right? Said, well, I don't even know what that's even supposed to be. And I kind of took exception to that. I'm like, well, you're an analyst. You kind of should know, like, in that chair, like, what the range should be, or at least have a good idea. Like, not knowing or saying that you have no idea is not necessarily good analysis, in my opinion. And again, not a shot in the sense because he's done great all year, but this is where you're judged for real in the playoffs, including as a media member. So I think that flagrant 1 made sense because they asked me, what do you think? I said, at least a flagrant 1. So if that's the case, then, you keep playing ball. But, yeah, like, I think he's going to get fined, and that's probably it at this point.
Yes, and I'm sure if you're a Heat fan, you feel a certain way about it because obviously the guy made the shot to win the game. In fact, he made a couple of shots late in the game, and you feel a certain way, and there's really nothing that I can say. And by the way, if the league announces today or tomorrow that he's given a retroactive flagrant 2 or even a retroactive flagrant 1, that will do nothing for you.
Right.
Even though you could have used the free throws that you could have had those points. It will do absolutely nothing. And it's very frustrating, and I get it. And frankly, LaMelo is an incredible, talented player, but we routinely see moments of him showing immaturity, and him doing this after not getting a foul call is another moment of immaturity that hopefully he will address.
Now, I will say this, and I said this to our group chat in real time. All that aside, for the Hornets, for a young team that's been a franchise, to use Cappy's phrase, that was a dead franchise, they hadn't been in the playoffs for 10 years, right? It's good for them to move on. For the Heat, this is also good. They desperately need some, lottery balls and ping pong balls and some luck in that regard. They're going to chase Giannis anyway. They need a little bit of a reset anyway, so I actually don't think this is the worst thing for either team in regards to the ultimate result, all this LaMelo stuff aside.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Heat, Pat Riley has been with the Heat for 30 years, okay? I think maybe 31 years, George?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They've gone to, I believe, 7 finals in that time.
Yeah.
They've gone to, I think, about 10 conference finals. If they won 3 championships. If you look at the iterations of the teams he's built, I don't know how many there's been. I don't know, maybe 7, 8. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's almost always been built around. I think there was the one year they tried like the Hassan Whiteside, Dion Waiters.
Yeah, it was a
disaster.
disaster.
Terrible mistake.
Yeah.
But basically, they've all been built around stars, and mostly stars that they've acquired via trade or free agency. Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, Chris Bosh. I will put Dragan, the Dragon in there, Goran Dragic, because he was a star player when they traded for him. He doesn't on the level of LeBron, but he was a star player, and that team had success. Jimmy Butler led him to 2 finals. yes, they drafted Steph, or they drafted Dwayne Wade, they drafted Bam Adebayo. They have drafted players, but generally they've acquired players by trade and free agency, and basically sometimes free agency being a trade, free agency turning into a trade. That's what the Heat are doing.
And by the way, I think a lot of that, if you look at the bulk of that success, right, like whether it's Shaq, whether it's LeBron and Bosh, or even Jimmy Butler, you can attribute that to, Riley will get a lot of credit as he deserves, but Dwayne Wade was the reason for a lot of those guys being there, if not at least wanting to be there. So, yeah, like I do think that they've been able to do that. They've been in the star acquisition business for his time there.
Right. And they've missed out on a lot of stars.
Yes.
They tried to get Dame Lillard a couple years ago. They tried to get Donovan Mitchell when he got traded to Cleveland. They tried to get Kevin Durant at a couple of different times when he was available. They've whiffed a lot. So this is what they will do. Like, it's because people want to live in Miami and they love that there's no state income tax in Florida. Like, it's Miami, no state income tax, and a very well-run organization that, promises to give players chances to win at a high level. That's the Heat recipe. It's had really tremendous success. And so, yeah, they're going to go after Giannis. And by the way, if Pat Riley stays there and continues to do it and they don't get Giannis, they'll go after the others, whoever's next. I'm not going to, you can guess or you're forecast it. Like, that's what they've done. Why wouldn't they do that? So that's what they're going to do.
So Charlotte, real quick, let's say LaMelo, doesn't get suspended. We all expect him to play.
He gets suspended.
Do you believe they're good enough to beat either Orlando or Philly in their current iterations?
Sure. I mean, I actually, I don't really think any of these teams are going too far. Like tonight, Steph and the Warriors are playing the Clippers.
Yeah.
Do we think either of these teams has any?
No.
I mean, maybe they.
No,
Yeah.
because they're going to play OKC, right? So if they get out. Yeah.
But I'll enjoy watching tonight's game.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what I want to see on Friday. By the way, there's this weird thing, George. So Cappy, the voters are not supposed to consider what's happening in the games this week in their votes.
Right, but yet we haven't received the email. Have you? I have not.
No,
Yeah.
because Cade Cunningham
and Luka,
right. Luka. Well, there might be others. I don't even know. But now with the 65 game rule, these players can file appeals, and so it's delayed. So normally the ballot is in by Sunday night.
Yeah.
In fact, normally they're knocking on your electronic door like last Friday saying send your ballot, send your ballot.
Yeah.
Now I have had Cooper Flagg as my rookie of the year for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But Con Knippel was neck and neck with Cooper Flagg, and Knippel has had a slump at the end of the season here. It wasn't just last night. He was 2 of 12 last night and got benched.
Right.
But the reason that he benched him, I think one, George, was because he wasn't shooting. And the other thing was that he hasn't played well at all in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, whereas
so,
Flagg
you
has
gotta
thrived.
Wonder,
Right.
you got to wonder, was that a nail in the coffin for his rookie? Even though it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
I think I'm going to vote Flagg because of the late stretch was so dominant at the end.
Not because of the gift they sent to Mateo?
Not because of the gift they sent Mateo.
Okay, I mean, hey, listen, they're trying to influence your vote.
They did, but I had Flagg. To Brian's point, if you really look at the way the season,
my son, they sent 12 packages of Topps
cards.
My son opened.
Yeah,
he loved them.
Yeah,
he loved them.
See that can influence your vote.
Yeah, well,
that's what it's for.
My son, you know what my son was very excited getting, Cappy, who he exclaimed.
Tell me.
When he opened one of the packs and he said, "Guess who I have?"
Who?
Bronny James.
Oh wow! Yeah, listen, hey, look, Bronny is a very likable personality.
And played pretty well down the stretch, too.
And give him credit because, let's face it, Bronny played some meaningful minutes. And I would say this to you. Was he awesome? I don't think so. Did he embarrass himself? Absolutely not. Bronny James looks like a guy who is forming into a real NBA player. And by the way, it's what? How many years is this now in the NBA? 2 years? Yeah. So this would have been his junior year, the end of his junior year at USC. So here we are 3 years into his career, and he's turning into a real NBA player and a very likable guy. So I understand why your son was excited about that card.
Yes, he was. So, yeah, I mean, I think Cooper's going to win it. Although when Bontemps did his most recent MVP poll, he asked, for the first time ever, the Rookie of the Year question as well. And it was overwhelmingly in Knippel's favor at that time, 3 weeks ago. But a lot has happened in those 3 weeks.
Correct.
So, that's part of the whole thing. But really, in all honesty, regardless of who wins tonight in Philly, regardless of who might win, I just want to see how Knuppel handles the adversity of getting benched in his first ever. I mean, you want to call it a playoff game or play-in game, whatever. Right. It was a playoff game. It was an elimination game. He got benched. I want to see how he handles it. To me, the big story about, and by the way, if he falls flat on his face, okay, so you learn about that and move on. But to me, the big storyline for me is, this guy who I think is one of the future cornerstones of maybe the Eastern Conference. I really do believe he could be that type of player. And I do believe the Hornets are an ascendant team. They need another player or two, but they're an ascendant team. I want to see how he handles it. That to me is what I'll be watching on Friday.
You talk about ascendant. I was saying this to George earlier. I can feel the difference on television between a regular season game, game 65, and game 1 of the play-in, but particularly in Charlotte. Brian, we've had this conversation. The Hornets were an organization that nobody thought, was even relevant, even locally. I mean, they built a big, fat, beautiful new practice facility for them. The city did. They've upgraded that arena. I mean, they've done things to put in place, to try and rebuild the team, rebuild some excitement. But watching that game last night and seeing the people next to the floor and everybody standing up, you could just feel the vibe and the energy. So, yeah, I feel like Charlotte's one of those teams that's really, really on the rise.
Yeah, so I have 2 close friends who live in Charlotte. They both are longtime Hornets fans. They both went to the game last night. They were sending me videos of what the crowd was doing, filing out of the arena. Look, no, that wouldn't happen at a Laker game. The Lakers have 17 stars on the court. Okay, Charlotte hasn't won a postseason game in 10 years. This particular organization, this iteration of the franchise, which came back in 2004, I don't know if they've even won a playoff series. So you're talking about winning a postseason
right? Because in 16 they lost actually to the Heat. Interestingly enough, that was Dwayne Wade beat them in Game 7. Right? That was when that guy Mark Jackson and Mike Breen were doing the game. You can look this up on YouTube. It's pretty hilarious. Mark Jackson was phenomenal in this game. So there was a guy who was a courtside fan for Charlotte, and he was wearing a purple long sleeve button down, and he was jawing at Dwayne Wade, would stand up and point at Dwayne Wade and jaw at him. And I remember Mark Jackson would simply go, "Purple shirt man needs to sit down." He's like, "Purple shirt man is going to give Dwayne Wade a lot more motivation than Charlotte fans are going to want." And Dwayne Wade then all of a sudden started hitting all these crazy shots. And this is now Dwayne Wade not in his prime necessarily anymore. And he's looking at this dude and he's staring him down. And it was hilarious. And then at the end of the game, Dwayne hits the shot and Mark Jackson goes, "Now, purple shirt man, you have to sit down." It was unbelievable. It was such a good broadcast.
And so they haven't played. So that was 2016. They haven't played a game.
I can look up when they last won a series. Hold on a second. Let me see. Hold on. Charlotte,
I don't know if this. I don't think this group had won a playoff game until that series. To be honest with you.
Well, that was a first round series.
Cappy,
yeah. So
pretty good.
Cappy, I'm telling you, you're right. I was talking to my friends and they were sending me videos. They haven't experienced anything like that in years.
Yeah.
So.
And oh my God,
so, yeah, I mean, different things mean different things to different groups of fans.
Okay, I think
that's obviously true.
They have not won a series, Brian, since the 2002 playoffs.
Wow.
Which was before they moved.
Right. It was correct. It was they lost in the conference semis. Your buddy Paul Silas was the head coach. They lost to the Nets at that time with Richard Jefferson
on the Nets.
Who's
on Charlotte in 2002?
Stand by.
Okay, standing by.
Baron Davis.
Okay.
Jamal Mashburn, maybe.
Maybe.
Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, B. Diddy. You got that one right.
Okay.
David Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
The late great Eldon Campbell.
Okay.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
George Lynch, Jamal Mashburn. Yes. P.J. Brown.
P.J. Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, what a physique that guy had.
Stacey Augmon, Plastic Man.
Oh, wow.
Robert Tractor Trailer.
The Tractor. R.I.P.
Yeah.
I love the Tractor.
That's good. A good team.
And Lee Nalon. You may remember him from TCU, Brian. I don't know if you recall him.
I know Lee Nalon. Can I tell you a quick Tractor story?
By the way, Bryce Drew, Valparaiso.
How about that? Wow.
You can cut into my time anytime you want, Wendy. I don't mind.
Were you going to tell a tractor story?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah. The time where I earned LeBron James and the Cavs a point and LeBron didn't take it.
How's that?
The last game I ever covered in Seattle, Cleveland Cavaliers at Seattle Supersonics. Tractor Trailer was on the team. Loved Tractor. Great guy. I know he had the checkered past, but he was a great guy to me. And Jerome James, remember Jerome James?
Yeah.
Who famously went to the Knicks and then was in foul trouble for 4 consecutive years. About 5 minutes into the game, got his second foul. Big surprise. Well, back then, the media, the newspaper people would sit right on the court on the baseline, as they used to sit in at Staples, by the way, when it was called Staples.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerome was very upset, either at the referee or or himself. And he took the ball and meant to throw it off the advertising, board that was in front of us, and he missed high, and he beamed me right in the head.
Oh my God!
Knocked me over. I didn't see it coming. I was like looking another direction. Knocked me over onto the floor. And when I was on the floor, I was joined by Robert Traylor because he was trying to help me up. No, because we were sitting right at the end of the Cavs bench, and he was laughing so hard he fell on the floor. I mean, he was laughing. I don't think he was like. I think it was just really funny. I don't think he was happy that it happened to me. Maybe he was. I don't know. And they called a technical foul on Jerome James, and the Cavs were awarded a free throw, which LeBron took, of course, because LeBron takes all technical free throws, and he missed it.
Oh no!
And I told the story a few years ago on my podcast, and we looked it up and found the exact play in the play-by-play, and yes, he missed it. So that was Tractor Trailer. Now, I was okay. I was just more surprised and injured, but I'll never forget Tractor. He sat in the last seat on the end of the bench. He thought it was so funny that he fell out of his chair onto the court, laughing at me.
Knocked you off your seat.
It hit me, and I was so alarmed. I sort of fell backwards and fell off my seat.
Wow.
Did you have medical attention at that moment?
I don't remember. I will tell you, Jerome James called and apologized, in the middle of the night, left a voicemail.
That was nice.
So, when you were down.
I don't know. LaMelo said he was going to check on Bam.
Bam.
Yeah. He called and left a voicemail.
Yeah, probably not.
Hey, listen, that's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe you were down on the ground and like LaMelo said, he hit his head. He didn't even know what was going on. So I didn't know if maybe you grabbed Tractor's, leg and yanked him down.
Yeah.
That would not have happened.
Did you?
For a number of reasons.
Did you buy that excuse from LaMelo? Hey, I hit my head. I didn't know where I was. My bad, y'all.
It was this. First off, I don't know which reporter asked the follow up, which was, were you evaluated for concussion? Which is an incredible follow up.
Yeah.
To I hit my head and didn't know. And he's like, I don't know. Maybe I had concussion. I don't know anything. I don't know about concussions. Maybe I did.
Right.
So that was an incredible series of quotes right there.
It sure was. Hey, one thing, Brian, I was telling George earlier today, and I don't think this is going to shock you in any way, but last night I was watching the Portland-Phoenix game.
And it's the first time he's watched either team, it feels like.
Well, Phoenix,
they played the Lakers.
Yeah. Phoenix I've seen enough because of the Lakers. The Trailblazers, I was telling George, I'm like,
well, the Lakers play the Trailblazers multiple times too.
I know, but I'm looking at Drew Holiday after the game, and I said to George, I go, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen Drew Holiday in a Portland Trailblazers uniform, and I feel like I'm missing Denny Advia's entire career. And last night, I feel like,
well, were you locked in on him in Washington?
Yeah, right. Well, that's the problem, right? I mean, he's playing in these obscure places right now.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I feel like last night I watched a guy who I've not seen play nearly enough, and I'm now rooting for the Blazers. I don't think they've got any chance on planet Earth against, San Antonio. I don't even know if they can make it competitive. But at least now I'm getting a look at Danny Avdija. I heard about him when he came over here. I heard about him during the All-Star game this year, but I've seen very little of him. What do you think happens between Portland and San Antonio?
Well, Denny Avdija is he's always been on bad teams his whole career. He was drafted by Washington. They were never good. He got traded. He has developed into a absolute horse. Like, he is a beast. People feel a certain way about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, going into the lane and giving his little push off. Wait till you see Denny do it, because Denny does it by running through you with he's a heavy right-handed player. He drives right almost every single time. Everybody knows he's driving right, but his left shoulder, arm, and elbow are like tree trunks, and he just slams them into people and clears them out of the way. And the league right now allows that, and so he gets a ton of free throws. And so he's the thing about Victor, which makes Victor so incredibly difficult to handle, is that Victor can defend a guy and block shots without ever making contact, because he can stand 4 feet away and block a guy's shot. And so that will be interesting to see how he handles the physical challenge that Denny is going to bring. Denny last night he was 15 of 22 with 13 assists. I mean, their entire offensive strategy is give the ball to him, let him roll down the lane like a bowling ball. Either he gets fouled, makes the shot, or passes out to a guy, because you have to help to the middle. So, yeah, and let me just say that I think the biggest question this whole postseason is how big of an impact can Victor Wembanyama have? Is he prepared at this age and this experience level and this physical stature? Can he go through 4 playoff series? Is he going to, how is he going to handle Jokic? How is he going to handle the Thunder? What happens if he gets to the finals? And his first test, how is he going to handle Denny? Now, my guess would be he handled him pretty well, because Denny has not faced a 7'5" guy. In fact, George, did you know Wembanyama hasn't played against the Blazers since December of 24?
Wow.
He didn't play against them the last couple times they played last year because of that blood clot. And I'd have to look this up, but they played 3 times this year, and Victor missed all 3 games. So there is no data on Victor going up against the Blazers, and no data in the way Denny Avdia plays on how he goes up against Victor Wembanyama. So that is somewhat interesting for the start of this coming series.
Yeah, last night, I'm telling you, man, this guy, because he was, the only game on last night, I feel like a lot of people today are talking about him. I mean, I'm watching after you got off First Take, I'm watching McAfee, and he's talking about him as well. I feel like a lot of us, not you guys that are around the game a lot of us, we just don't see a guy like this playing for Portland. And certainly before that with Washington.
Look,
I feel like a lot of us are waking up on the kid today.
Brian, real quick, I heard some rumblings that the Blazers may have lowballed Thiago Splitter. Are you familiar? Is that sound right to you? I mean, and I'm not reporting anything either. I've just, that's like second and third hand stuff. But I feel like Thiago Splitter has earned the right to be the head coach of that team.
That rumor exists. Did I say that artfully enough?
Yes.
I can't.
Yes.
I can't verify any of it. That rumor does exist, and as well as the Blazers' potential interest in other candidates who they may be able to acquire for less than the going rate. Those rumors do exist.
Okay, let me ask you this. Speaking of coaches, how I mean, you and I texted about this briefly, but how stunned were you, now that we can talk about it, that Michael Malone is in North Carolina in Chapel Hill? Like, listen, I did 4 games with this guy. Never mind. Did I think he was going to go back to coaching? Absolutely. I mean, he was definitely open about having those conversations with us. I would have never guessed it would have been a college job by any stretch of the imagination.
No, of course we didn't see it coming. The only thing I'll say is, I was with him every week.
Yeah, you were there all the time with him, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had dinners together.
Yeah.
We talked about possible jobs. Like when I would have information, he never talked about his situation. He did mention one team. He did mention one team to me that had sent out a feeler to him that he was not interested in coaching. But he never would talk about his situation. He would talk about other things in the league. He kept his cards close to his vest. I would tell him things that I heard about possible jobs being open, and I would always sort of keep him in the loop of the information that I heard. The only thing I will say is, the week before he got the job, we were sitting there, and there was, heavy rumors out there about Billy Donovan going to North Carolina.
Right.
And the only thing he said is Billy is not getting that job.
Ooh.
So, but like,
that?
in my course of my day, I may hear 25 nuggets like that, know?
Yeah.
So he's like,
yeah.
By the way, it wasn't with Venom. It wasn't like Billy's never getting that job. He wasn't like putting him down. He's just like, yeah, Billy's not getting that job.
It sounds
He said it
like
in passing. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
but
and then in retrospect,
Right.
it crystallizes clearly
right.
now.
And now
that
you look
interaction.
At, you're like, oh, of course Billy wasn't getting that job. He knew who was getting that job. That's hilarious. That's awesome. Oh my God, that's hysterical.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. It'll be cool. And look, the reality is, I don't know how you feel about this. I feel like for decades now, for a couple decades, college and the NBA, they might as well be different planets. But I feel like those planets are starting to align a little more in the way that even teams are constructed, right? Like you watch some of these teams now in college as I watch the tournament, and you hear coaches talk about it and things of that nature. And, they go after, elite level talent, whether it's recruiting or the portal. Then they go after rotational guys, and then they have projects, right? Both either recruiting or in the portal. And it's no different than the way an NBA roster is constructed now these days.
And now the coach, in most cases, is involved very, very much so in the money and the evaluation of the money, right? Like, hey, we like this player, but you know what? He wants to hit the transfer portal unless we give him $1.2 million. Well, you know what? We think he's a $700,000 player. Fine, go hit the portal. We'll take the 1.2 that we had for you, and we'll go get somebody else. So the reconstruction of a college roster every year and the financial part of it is, I think, one of the less or underreported stories, but one of the most fascinating stories of college sports right now.
Yesterday. Now, before I tell you this story, this does not happen to me often. I will just say that this happened to me yesterday. Yesterday, I had a conversation with a top 5 NBA agent about helping facilitate the representation of a 16-year-old high school junior.
Wow.
And it's completely on the up and up.
Right.
And I happen to think that this high school junior and this agent would go very well together, and I facilitated a connection yesterday. And later in the day, I spoke to a scout based in Europe about a player playing at a Big Ten school who may want to transfer to a mid-major, and the scout knew that I was close with the head coach, and I connected the player and the head coach, and was briefly aware of the initial ask in terms of money for that. That's me in my role, just as working in the basketball universe. The idea that, and by the way, all on the up and up.
You should get a finder's fee, Wendy. You need like a little percentage.
No,
of that,
I was happy to help, but I'm just saying, like, this is now part of the basketball world that I am helping a high school junior get representation because I think he would be really good with his agent, and he needs it because he's got 25 offers from high majors, and the second best league in the world is now college basketball. That didn't used to be the case. The Euro League used to be the second.
Right,
best
and
league.
now those kids are coming over here, right, to play college.
Maybe I took a step a little bit too far, but certainly the depth of college basketball is deeper than the Euro League. But because of all the European players, some of them who were former pros in Europe who just come over and play in basketball now, plus college basketball, we are seeing more and more. What's the name of the kid from Michigan who was the most outstanding player? I can't remember.
Was it number 23? What was that kid's name?
Yaxel Lindenborg?
That sounds about right.
No, the other kid who's the most.
The kid that was from North Carolina, that played at North Carolina, interestingly enough. Hold on.
I liked when Ian Eagle said triple Yaxel. That was very good.
Yes, that was good.
Ian is talented. He announced he's going back to college, and it's because here's the thing, Cappy. I would say 2 years ago, there were players who were like going to be maybe the 35th to 50th pick in the draft saying,
Elliot
you
Cadeau.
know what, I'm not going to. Right.
Yes.
He announced he's staying in Michigan, I believe.
Yes.
Players in the second round were like, you know what, I can make $1 million staying at wherever. I'm just going to stay and not go in the draft.
Right.
Now it's first round picks. There are first round picks, later first round picks. This guy probably would have, I'm not a draft expert, so don't hold me to this, but this guy probably would have been a pick in the 20s, George, or at least would have had a chance to be a pick in the 20s. And he went back to college because it's a better financial deal.
Yeah.
And depending on whether or not there's guardrails put up, how soon before you're touching the teens, players in the teens that are like, well, maybe it makes sense for me to stay in college. Like, that is a creep that is happening in the league right now. And I will tell you that, not all of the top picks have declared for the draft yet.
That's fair. That's true.
So
what do you guys think?
I'm sure they will, but they haven't yet.
What do you guys think is the highest? And this is just a guess. I don't, unless anybody actually knows this.
Yeah.
What do you think the highest paid player in college basketball? Not who is it? What dollar figure is attached to the highest?
Well, it's
paid
the
player?
band side. I heard it's like $7 or $8 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, $7 or $8 million?
Yeah, I heard it's 7 or 8 in that range.
But
Wow.
first round pick still, the number one overall pick will still get $15 million, give or take 15, 16 million, and you start the clock on when you can get your $100 million deal. I mean, you come in at the number one pick, you figure I'm going to be a max player, and you get your max. You come in at age 19, you get your max contract at 23. You come in at age 20, you get your max contract at 24. Like maybe your last year as a max player is when you're 34. Maybe you can squeeze an extra money on the back end. So it still doesn't make economic sense. Although I will just point out to you, AJ DeBanza has not declared for the draft yet. Just point that out.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it doesn't quite make economic sense for somebody at the very top, but somebody who's going to be picked in the 20s, who might be looking at $2 or $3 million, who can stay in college and make 4 or 5, and may not have, the prospects of a super lucrative career in the NBA. Maybe they'll be a role player. It's starting to make more sense to stay in college, and that's what more and more guys, including first-round picks, are doing.
Awesome stuff, Wendy, as always. Great ball knower conversation, as I like to describe it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Enjoy
I always
the game
want to
tonight.
have a crystal clear connection with you guys.
Oh,
We
Wendy's the
achieved that.
best.
Yeah, well, this was really good.
By the way, with that double pipe, those big pipes he's got at the Windy compound, you can watch Columbo on multiple TVs.
Oh, yeah.
Crystal clear digital quality.
Right. You might even watch them in HD.
Right.
4K
Right now,
Columbo.
I'm in the middle of Publish or Perish.
Oh, one of my
Continue
favorites.
watching it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Brian Windhorst on a
All-time
Windy Wednesday.
classic.
We love you, Windy. We'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Take care, guys.
See you, brother. God, he's so good.
He's excellent.
Now, he would
knows a
be
lot
a
of
man.
stuff.
If he was on the Titanic,
Yeah.
he would have said, listen,
Turn it around.
turn it around. Don't let 7 warnings go by before you crash into the iceberg.
Come on. We're at warning 4 or 5 at this point.
On
Come
this
on.
April 15th, Tax Day, Jackie Robinson Day. Well, we didn't get to the Lindsay segment, but we'll do double Lindsay segment tomorrow. Meanwhile, it's time. Actually, we don't really even have time for Don't Sweat the Small Stuff.
Oh, yes, we do. We have to do it. I think you need it for your well-being. We all do.
Okay, well, we'll do it. Don't Sweat
I
the
feel like
Small
it's
Stuff.
important,
I
right?
do. It is important. So is the Lindsay segment. But so is Wendy. On this Wednesday, April 15th, 2026, don't sweat the small stuff. Trust your intuitive heart. Many of us don't listen to our intuitive heart for fear that we couldn't possibly know something without thinking it through, or for fear that legitimate answers could possibly be so obvious, Cappy. As soon as we allow our thinking mind to enter the picture, we think ourselves out of it. We then argue for our limitations, and they become ours. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'd like to maybe get a picture of that one.
Yeah, that one sounds very long and
Yeah.
Come in here
convoluted.
and look at it.
Yeah. Take a picture.
Let me
of
read
that
a few more things quickly. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show, always made possible by Jacob and Ronnie. If you're injured in an accident, call Jacob, 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789, or call jacob.com. ESPN LA is live from the Rams block party at Hollywood Park in Inglewood, Thursday, April 23rd through Friday, April 24th. Or you could just say both days. Days 1 and 2 of the draft. Catch Mason and Ireland and DeMarco and Travis as they break down what moves the Rams will make and how this draft shapes the season. Plus, enjoy the fanfare with rides, games, and nonstop Rams vibes all weekend, benefiting the Rams Foundation. Join us for the draft party, party, only with ESPN LA, your home of Rams football. By the way, I fought for us to be there for the morning shows, but there will be no security on hand because the fanfare wouldn't be open yet. But I am working on head coach Sean McVay and general manager, my BFF, Les Snead, to hopefully stop by the show one of those 2 days. Not stop by, but call in.
That would be
Obviously,
great.
they're very busy getting ready for the NFL draft.
I know, but that kind of sucks a little bit because, that's the first thing that we've missed since we've moved to mornings. Because being part of the Rams draft over the last few years has been a ton of fun.
Yeah,
So-
but they're not really that worried about you missing it, Cap.
What do you mean?
They're like, listen, we understand you guys moved to mornings, but this is what it is. DeMarco's one of their own.
Right? Oh, no, I get it. I mean, Travis and DeMarco will have a great time, and they'll do a great job, and the Rams will be happy.
Do you have a dealer's choice?
I do. I just want to say this
Let me
real
read
quickly.
this. Let me
Go
read
ahead.
the billboard before you do whatever it is you're going to do.
Well, it's just a quickie.
Okay. It is time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal, brought to you by Sellers Advantage. Want to sell your house before you call an agent? Call Sellers Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer, or visit sellersadvantage.com, DRE 0196-1658, Cap.
Last thing, while everybody was watching the Dodger game last night, all three of you guys were at the Dodger game. I was watching the...
By the way, Bergie's going to the Dodger game tonight.
Oh, really?
He's going back to back.
Really?
Back to back. Wow. So you're not going to watch the exclusive Joe Buck, Oral Hershiser, Ron Darling broadcast?
That would be
Just put
good
your
to
headphones in and have the broadcast on while you're
You're
there.
watching
Sure, you can
Otani
listen on your
there.
phone.
Yeah. I used to see people back in the old days.
Are you going with me and Gene again?
Going with me and Gene. I'm going to get.
Wow.
Travis is going to come with me.
Wow, Travis too.
Whoa, what a night.
Well,
Travis solo?
Will Travis go up to the booth and have Oral introduce him to Ron Darling and Joe Buck?
Possibly. We should make that happen.
Absolutely.
Travis, if you're listening, let's get on that.
Travis solo tonight?
Well, I have one more ticket. You want to come, Cappy?
Time.
Actually, you should go.
Yeah, what time?
I'm not going to be around tonight.
Yeah, what
7
time?
o'clock?
Maybe.
7:10 game?
Maybe, although I do want to watch this.
Travis will love that if Cappy shows up.
What are you talking about? Me and Travis are tight.
Yeah, he don't like you.
What are you talking about? He don't like you.
No, he loves me.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No,
actually.
he
I feel like Travis is net neutral on me. We don't really have a ton of interactions.
No. He respects your professionalism.
Yeah.
He respects you.
As do I with him.
Yeah.
I'm a big Travis fan. So
I don't think Jim was ever a real big Cappy guy back in the day. Now I know he's a big Cappy guy, but back in the day when you guys were beefing in San Diego, I don't know if he was a big Jim James was a big Cappy guy.
Really?
I don't know.
I think Jim and I get on pretty good for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while. Hey, real quick, while you guys were at the Dodger game, and I was watching that Trailblazers game, and prior to that, I was watching that Hornets game, I also had on last night the Kings game.
Oh.
And unfortunately, I know we didn't get to it today, Kings found themselves, after all these wins that they've put together here and to get themselves into the postseason, that 5-game winning streak came to an end last night against the Canucks, 4-3 in overtime.
But that's not surprising. They made the playoffs. They won 5 straight. Now
a little let down.
Yeah, you let down.
Yeah. It was 3-3, though, for a long time, and they lost in 3-on-3 on overtime, 4-3. So go Kings go, but unfortunately, ice scrapers, it did not happen last night for the Kings.
Sedano and I weren't in the ice scrapers chat. We were watching Dodgers baseball.
I tried to hit you guys up in there, but you guys weren't in there.
Yeah, we weren't in.
No.
We had a lot on our minds and a lot to talk about.
Oh, yeah?
Meanwhile, that's going to do it for a Windy Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow for Fun and Frivolity Thursday, 7 a.m. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Have a great day, everybody.
Maybe it's true.